Today we are doing a subscriber Q&A session, subscriber hangout. We're doing channel reviews and more, and we're starting right now. What is going on? My name is Nick. Welcome to another live stream. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your channel, make videos, and all types of other YouTube-related stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. With that out of the way, what is going on? I'm going to jump into the chat here, see what is going on with everybody, see how everybody is going. Good morning. If you're on the other side of the planet and you are just getting started with your day today, good morning. It is awesome to have you here, have you a part of the show, have you hanging out on the channel right now. So what I'm going to do real quick here is I need to open up another page so that I can actually go into the chat here to see what's going on. Grandpa's Place in the house. What is happening? There we go. Okay, we are coming in nice, loud, and clear now. What is going on? Doug Hosen in the house. Jimmy Changa in the house. What is happening? Game Changer. Pratik Jr., JR. Stefan Terblanche. What is going on? For my phone, I use DU Screen Recorder. Works great for me. I'm sure there's others, but that is one of the ones that I use. I absolutely think it's a fantastic piece of software, and I dig it. Gord Eisman in the house. What is up, Gord? Nice to see you in here, my man. Nice to see you hopping in here. Where you are in the world, it's still morning. And, it's awesome to have you hopping in here in the morning, joining in on the chat. Beanie Draws, the chat is definitely rolling fast. Grandpa's Place with the first super chat. Thanks, my man. I appreciate it. So with you on the other side of the planet here, I know a lot of you are probably drinking coffee right now, but that's cool because I'm joining you so that I can keep my brain rolling for this session, because I know that hopefully you guys are going to have some good questions today. And then, of course, we got to keep it rolling for the review portion that we're going to be doing here in just a little bit. But first, as always, as with every Saturday, we are starting out with the just normal subscriber Q&A and hangout portion, and then we'll move into all the other fun stuff. So I don't know if you saw it or not, but on TubeFilter, they released a article there, and they were talking about how, at least on the Google partner or the Google preferred partners channels, ads are back to normal. They're actually at a 25% increase than what they were before the adpocalypse, which is pretty cool news for all of us, because if they're starting it there, then they're going to be rolling all of that out to all of us. But that's only important to you if you took a hit in ad revenue. If you didn't, you probably don't care. But if you did take a hit in ad revenue, that is definitely good news as far as, hey, ads are coming back. I can say personally on mine, it's actually better than it was before the adpocalypse as well, which is pretty awesome. So let's see here. Boozy Poo says, I got more subs because of you. Thanks, man. High five, fist bump. Thank you for the super chat. I'm glad that you are taking some of this information and you're putting it into action, because that's where the magic happens, right? Like if you have all the information in the world, it's good information, it's helpful information, it's going to help you with everything you're doing. If you don't actually put it into action, then, it's not going to do you any good. So as a future thing here for when we start doing the reviews, one of the things that I have is I've kind of built qualifiers into this now. And some of those qualifiers are, I need to turn this here a little bit. Some of my qualifiers are that it's important that some of the information that I talk about, you apply it to your channel. Small things, little details like, making sure that you have your custom, that you're using, there we go, that you're using the custom channel layout and things like that. So if you want to review, make sure that you have these few things in order. 1, you're using your custom channel layout. 2, you actually have your playlist listed on your channel. 3, it looks like you're putting some type of effort into your schedule. 4, you've uploaded sometime within the last 2 weeks. That's kind of my pre-qualifier. So when I open something up, that's what I'm looking for. And as a side note, share this out on Twitter right now. And when you do that, if you @ me, then your Twitter tweet is gonna come up here, right down here in the bottom of the screen as well. So do @ Nick Nimmin on Twitter. If you share it out on Twitter, and make sure that you give this a thumbs up as well as we are getting started. So now I'm going to hop into the chat. give some shout-outs, things like that, and then we're going to go into the Q&A. Gord Eisman says the chat speed is Nimmin style. Absolutely. Yeah, it's cruising. Doing good. Love it. Okay. Let's see here. So we have Nick, is it okay having an anime channel? Absolutely. You are the best. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nick, is it okay having... Okay, I just read that one. Nick, please answer me. I love your content. Savage Squad, I'm not sure what your question was because it got lost earlier. What video editor is the best to use? Personally, I use Vegas because I'm fast, but I really like Premiere, so I'm kind of transitioning into Premiere. The guy that helps me on the editing side, he also uses Premiere. And one of the other reasons is Premiere supposedly has a better final render than Vegas. Grandpa's Place says, okay, Nick, add my channel to the review list and tell me what you think. Okay, I'll go ahead and get you popped up, get you in queue there. Grandpa's Place, so that when we get to that side of things, you will definitely be on that list. You are showing up there in the window right now, so I'll be able to pull you up real nice and easy when we get started there. Pushy Wushy, please could you do a review on my channel? I'm new to Plush YouTube. I really need advice. I only have 68 subs. Congrats on your 68 subs. You're getting close to 100. Flash in the pan, yeah, it's fast as norm. Let's see here. Hey, Nick, love your content. Thank you very much. Switch screen recorder is best for Android. I use DU screen recorder for my Android. I am not an iPhone user at this point in time, so I'm all Android. As of today, I wished, with an email that I got earlier today, I wish that I was an iPhone user, but I'm not. Nam Creates, what is going on? I'm doing great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm glad you are well, or I hope you are well. Okay. Casper in the house. Zaggy DK, what is going on? Henry Beck, is it okay to do a lot of different types of keywords? I'm really new, 22 subs. Welcome to YouTube, Henry Beck. What you want to do is you want to focus your keywords around your topics. Basically, you want to make it to where, you know, if you make a video about how to catch fish, you want to put all of your keywords around the topic of catching fish. Of course, you want to do different variations of that, as well as other fish related topics. But basically what the tags do is they give additional indicators to what your content's about. So if you put a bunch of just random stuff in there, it's not gonna do you any good. Okay, let's see here. Tell us about your makeshift podcast setup that you shared on Instagram this week. All right, Gord. So the makeshift podcast setup that I shared on Instagram this week is for a project that I'm working on with a company called Empire Flippers. They actually have a YouTube channel. I'll drop them here in the chat if you guys want to head over there and subscribe to them so that you can listen to that podcast when it comes out. But basically, the podcast itself is going to be entrepreneur focused. But Empire Flippers specifically, they are kind of like an in-between for people that want to buy or sell websites. And I was down in Phuket, Thailand, doing that podcast for them. And they rented out villas. So here you go. Keep in mind, this is more audio focused. This isn't something they're actually trying to grow right now, but I'm going to drop that link in the chat. So if you want to check out that podcast once it goes live, then definitely head over and subscribe to that channel. I just dropped it in the chat. But basically, they had us come down, and the places that they rented a few of these big, humongous villas on this hillside. Amazing scenery. The villas themselves were incredible. And because we were interviewing people for this event that they held, we just had to kind of make do with what we had. So that picture that I put up on Instagram, and that's Instagram.com/Nick Nimmin, just in case you are not following me on Instagram, that particular post was from one of the sets that we used, because basically as part of the audio portion, we also, because I'm a video person, so I said, hey, if we're going to be recording if we're going to be making audio, then, we need to at least make video to put up on your YouTube channel, because what they're doing on their YouTube channel right now is they're just, all they're doing is they're putting up just audio stuff, interviews and things like that for their customers. But I just wanted to go ahead and add that option to them, because I'm a value add guy. Justin Brown in the house. What is going on, my man? Nice to see you in here. Guys, Justin Brown. Justin, I'm going to make you a moderator real quick, just so you can get a wrench next to your name here. Justin Brown is the guy over at Primal Video YouTube channel, and Justin makes all types of awesome gear reviews. So you definitely want to check out Justin over at Primal Video if you have not yet. Alan Spicer says, I'm here as always. Can I ask for a cheeky channel review? Nice. Nice. Let's see here. What are some good tools and sites to keep up to date for gaming and tech review channels? That's a really good question. I don't have a tech and gaming review channel, but maybe Justin would be able to fill that blank in for you, because I don't. Like I said, that's not my type of channel. That's not what I do. So as far as the actual resources for where to pull the most up to date information, I'm not for sure. Pieter Prize, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Gaming Fatigue, thank you. I appreciate it to you as well. Retro TV Review says, hi, Nick, really new, 10 subs. Congratulations on your first 10. Welcome to YouTube. What about editors for iPad? Shared link to this Q&A on Twitter. Thanks, I appreciate it. You know, let me check here something really quick. Oh, you know what? The Twitter thing was not on until just now. Hold on, I just turned on the Twitter thing because I wasn't seeing them popping up. I was thinking, hey, what's going on here? So if you shared to Twitter and you want to see your name on the screen and you didn't see it, let me transition that over to make sure that we got it there. Yeah, so now any tweets, I'm going to tweet one out too just to test this and make sure. Now any tweets that go out, there we go. Somebody beat me to the punch there. So any tweets that go out, those are going to be showing up on the screen as well. So be nice. We try to be family friendly here. So if you got something bad to say about me, that's fine, but just keep it family friendly. Okay, so let me pull the chat back up here. As far as the editors for iPad, I'm not sure because I do not have an iPad. All of my products are Android products, but you can check out Justin's channel. He will get you headed in the right direction, and you can also check out Brian G. Johnson's channel as well. Both of them have iPad-related topics on their channel. Justin, thank you for the super chat, my friend. He says, show your support to Nick. Let's get this super chat cranking. I appreciate it, buddy. Hey, Nick, yeah, I'm here on time. PP Cuber, nice to see you in here. I've gotten 20 subs. Can I get more? Absolutely, you can. If you've got 20, that's basically an indicator that some people are into your content. So if you can generate 20 subscribers, then you can generate 20,000 subscribers. If you can generate 20,000 subscribers, you can just keep it climbing over time. It might take you some time, but you can definitely generate those subscribers without question because you've done the test. And 20 people have opted into what it is that you're doing. So absolutely, you can keep growing your channel. Hey, Nick, how about a channel review? We are going to, for the channel review request, just as a heads up, right now, because we're just getting started on this, I'm doing the Q&A portion. And then, as always, I'm going to be doing the channel reviews a little bit later. So for the channel reviews, just keep that in mind. Instead of asking for it now, it'll be better if you ask for those channel reviews here a little bit later. I'll actually put a call out for it, and I'll say, hey, if you want your channel reviewed, then then say it in the chat, and then that's how we'll get that one rolling. All right, let's see here. Hey, Nick, it's an idea. Maybe you should start to make a gaming channel when you hit 60K. I was watching Mark Pyler today, and I was thinking to myself, I could probably do games. That'd be kind of fun. But to be honest with you, like right now, I don't know. I kind of like what I'm doing because I think the gaming thing would be fun, but I enjoy the helping people side of what I do currently. So I think because of that, I think that time would be better spent on what it is that I do currently. All right, let's scroll down the chat here, see what we got going on. Free American Spirit. What is going on, Greg? Nice to see you in here, my man. See those wrenches, man. They really help out. Flash in your pan. Nice to see you in here as well. Happy Saturday to you. Yeah, same thing. If you can get over 1,000 subs, absolutely. Tuber Tools is 3 times a week. Jimmy Changa, the actual front-end store, I don't add updates to that a lot. But I actually have a big batch of stuff, like I think 300 items that I'm going to be adding here in the month of August. Do live streams hurt your channel velocity? And plus a review. So let me open you up here. From what I have found, they do not hurt at all. But keep in mind that out of all the channels that I work with, I am the only channel that does live streams where people actually come in mass, and I'm the only one that actually does live streams anyway. So until recently, I just picked up someone new that does the live streams, but I haven't gauged that on their channel yet because we're not that far. But live streams for me have been beneficial, because the thing is, you're getting all of this additional watch time in addition to, the content. You're getting all this extra engagement and all of that stuff as well. Mr. Mushroom Gamer, what is going on? Nice to see you in the chat here. I'm glad you're loving the channel. Glad you're loving the live streams. Epic Top 10, your videos helped me to reach 1,000 subs. Thanks, Nick. Epic Top 10, high five, fist bump to you. My friend, congratulations on the progress. I love to get feedback like that. It's just awesome knowing that people are taking action on some of the information that they're getting, and they're applying it, and that it's working out good for them. If you have people coming into your live stream, it can help your channel. In addition to that, I mean, live stream, it's another URL you're creating. You're creating another way for people to find you. And when you're actually live, if you have people that you can interact with, you can create some, really strong, community by doing that. Jonas Rosalind says, hi, Nick, I make vlogs, but how do I get people to view me? If you're making vlogs, you're going to have a little bit harder time with this if your vlogs are you-centered, because as far as the search engine is concerned, being able to actually place your vlogs where, on the other side of those search queries is going to be a little bit more difficult for you unless you angle your vlogs towards that. Of course, you can target suggested videos with, outrageous titles and things like that. But if you're not making extremely intriguing or clickable titles for your vlogs, then it's probably going to be a little bit of a longer road for you, unless you're adding, loads of value in your content. And then in that case, then it will definitely help your channel grow a little bit faster, and it'll help you be able to come up with terms to actually wrap your videos around. Flash in Your Pan gave some feedback here. He says that live streaming has helped his channel for sure with his subscribers, which is awesome. Magical, yeah, that's good feedback, because we were trying to figure that one out a minute ago. Magical Intros says, how do you stream smoothly? For me, I really want to stream at 1920 by 1080, but my connection here is very limited. So because of that, I actually the size of everything is 1920 by 1080, but I actually push the stream out at 1280 by 720, and that has definitely been a contributor as far as keeping my stream moving. So as long as I'm not having, connection problems, then it's coming out okay. Let's see here. Gord says, if one jumps to 3 videos per week for a month-long challenge, will you suffer in YouTube subs and view growth if you cut back to 2 vids per week? What's going to happen is you're not feeding as much into the algorithm, right? So this can work 2 ways for you. One is that you're putting out all this additional content, so you're getting all this additional exposure, which is a plus, Gord. And you also create all of these additional chances for your videos to pick up steam down the road. So you're creating all of those extra doorways for long-term growth. But one thing that can happen is you're putting out all of this extra content, and then you stop. So you might get discouraged when you see a stats drop because you're not keeping up that pace. So because of that, just keep that in mind if you decide to do like the Veda, the vlog every day in August thing. Because like people will do that, and then like, oh my god, why are my stats, my channel's not doing as good as it was, and things like that, and because of that, you get discouraged. But you just have to remember that, hey, well, for the last month or 2 months ago, I pumped out all this content, and of course that's going to give you a lift. Like if you have a channel right now with 300 subscribers and you're doing like a video a week, as long as you are making your content that can rank in search. If you just all of a sudden start pumping out content every day and you're optimizing your videos for search, you're going to get a lift like right out of the gate. Like, anybody can do that. You just have to make sure that you're ranking your videos for search, and that when people land on your videos that they're actually watching them and not bailing out of there. Let's see here. Don't risk messing up stats. Well, the thing is, Chiba Gaming, like you can risk it because here, and this is for you, Survivor Gaming. Hey. So you can mess with the stats, but it's just that remembering, hey, I am definitely messing with things here, and you might come out at an advantage on the back end, or you might end up seeing a drop. But if your videos are videos that people end up watching, and your content is you know, it ends up ranking in search and things like that while you're running through one of those challenges, then overall it can definitely, you know, it can definitely lift things up on your channel without question. Just got here, couponing forever. That's a long time, forever. Couponing forever. Welcome to the chat. Just getting here. Sand dudes, what is going on? Welcome to the chat for you. Let's see here. Nick Nimmin to Nick Nimmin for live now sub Q&A and live right now live. Not sure what that is. YouTube advice. Oh, okay. You're pulling the tags. I guess that was. Let's see here. What Android game you advise me to make a series on? I'm not sure. I don't make Android games. I mean, I don't play games on my phone. The only game that I really play is I do Angry Birds every now and then. But even there, I don't do that a lot. The only games that I play is GTA every now and then. Just watching an anime video and saw that Nick is live. DB Super, nice to have you in here. How do I stream on Android? Okay, Barbara in Warrior, good question. Okay, so if you are trying to stream on an Android device, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you download the YouTube app. Make sure that that's in your phone. And as long as you have the YouTube app, you can also do this, I believe. Yeah, you have to do it in the YouTube app. But all you have to do in the YouTube app is you go to your actual page for the YouTube app, and then you click on the little camera up here at the top, and as long as you have 100 subscribers or more, you're going to get the option right there. You'll see it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you're going to get the option to where you can go live or you can make a video. So that is how you do that. Okay, I have 140 subs. Okay, Gusto512 Studios says, I have 149 subs, but mostly 80 to 90 views per video. How do I grow my views and subs? If you have 149 subs and mostly 80 to 90 views per video, you're actually not doing that bad. If you look inside of your stats, you're going to notice that you're going to get a lot more views from non-subscribers than you are if you... you're going to get a lot more views from non-subscribers than the people that subscribe to your channel. So that's a really common thing, and you're actually running it pretty close there. So in your case, if you have 149 subs, you're getting 80 to 90 views per video, you're actually not doing bad. But in order to grow all of that, of course, you want to learn how to rank your videos in search. You want to learn how to title your videos. You want to learn how to make or how to really get your thumbnails together so that your thumbnails are as good as humanly possible and they generate clicks to your channel. And of course, once people land on your content, the most important factor is that they watch your content for a period of time so that YouTube can say, hey, people like this content, they're not bailing out on it. And by doing that, that's going to help lift everything up. Okay, scrolling to the bottom of the chat. Nerdy Explorer in the house. What is going on, my friend? Nice to see you in here, Vigard. Always nice to have Vigard in here. Nerdy Explorer, amazing cinematic stuff. I saw your vlog, man, where you're talking about possibly not doing the cinematic stuff anymore. It's unfortunate. That was a sad thing for me. How do you add thumbnails? Just make sure that your channel's verified, and then you'll see it. You'll see the option when you upload a video. Let's see here. I got 66 subs, and I get around 30 to 35 views. Can you help me grow? I have a whole channel page full of free content that you can watch as far as giving you tons of tips and tricks. The YouTuber Quite Small into things that you can do specifically to grow your channel, and it's blanket advice that covers any channel on YouTube. Let's see here. Best screen recorder. I use Camtasia to record on my desktop, and I use DU Screen Recorder to record the screen on my phone. How do you do live streams in iOS? I do not have an iOS device. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing inside of the YouTube Studio app it would be the same, or inside the YouTube app it would be the same. Inappropriate K-pop mom, nice to see you in here. I just opened a channel 2 months ago, and I've reached 5,200 views and 199 subscribers. Well done. High five, fist bump to you. Congratulations on that. Just finished my first month on the new channel. 8 videos, 165 subs, and 2,000 views so far. I'd like to thank you for your help, Nick Nimmin. Glad to be of service, Alan. Let's see here. What is good music for a time lapse? That's personal preference, you know, because sometimes, like an EDM track will work. Sometimes, like classical music will work for a time lapse. I mean, that's all personal preference based on what you're trying to make the time lapse feel like when somebody watches it, the emotion that you're trying to do. Nerdy Explorer, let me clarify this. He says that, no, you got it wrong, Nick Nimmin. I said I need to make more simple videos to get more consistent and grow the channel to the point where I can take my time on those edits. Oh, okay. Okay. Misunderstanding on my part. Sorry. So that is ironed out. So let me take that back and say that Nerdy Explorer does make amazing cinematic content, and he will continue to be making cinematic content into the future. Okay, let's see here. The screen recorder for the iPhone, I'm not sure. I don't know if the iPhone has the DU screen recorder or not. I'm not for sure. For some reason, my average view length is a minute. Am I bad? I'm not going to say that you're bad, but your view length, depending on the actual length of your videos. Hold on, I'm opening up your channel right now, and I'll tell you. Let's see here. So it looks like, while this is loading here, yeah, if you're getting like 5-minute videos, 6-minute videos, 11-minute videos, and you're getting an average view duration on those videos of a minute, then yeah, that's you definitely need to work on your video structure and what you're doing to actually keep your videos moving and interesting, so to speak, for sure. If it's your overall view duration, on the whole channel, that's not that bad, considering that you have, I see a video here that's 45 seconds long. So if you have a lot of those, then it's obviously going to, compensate for the longer videos that you have as well. But on a per video basis, if you're getting a minute out of, like a 5 or 6 minute video, then you definitely need to fine tune your video structure and really objectively look at what it is that you're doing, so that you can, so you can say, okay, well, I think this is awesome, but maybe it would be better if I kind of, edited it a different way or made it a little bit faster, or, something like that. Because one thing that happens here on YouTube is people will make content that it just kind of drags a little bit, and it kind of takes a bit in order to actually get into the content of the video and stuff like that. And when they do that, then they're basically assassinating their watch time. But if you get right into it, then that's a good way to win. Okay, let's see here. Does the channel have to have a required or a specific theme? Kerwin, it doesn't have to, but you're going to speed everything up if you do. Because basically what happens is when you release new content, more people are going to come in and watch it if it's along the same vein of things that they're interested in. And when more people come in and watch it, it gets that initial view velocity going on your video, which then gets the algorithm to push that video out to more people, as long as people are staying on your video. That's why niching content is extremely important. Nerdy Explorer saying, hello, Chicky Pie. Is Chicky Pie in the house? There she is. Hey, Chicky Pie, what is going on? Nice to see you in the live stream. Chicky Pie, guys, is a Thai YouTuber. So if you're interested in seeing how they do things here in Thailand, definitely go and check out Chicky Pie's channel. You can click on her name in the chat, or I'll actually drop a link to her channel as well. Chicky has, oh, you're just cruising. So Chicky has 1,121 subscribers and is just rocking it out. Here in Thailand. So I just dropped a link to her channel if you want to go and check that out. Yeah, you guys are rocking over there. Blowing up. I mean, you've blown up. Well, I mean, we'll say that. You've blown up already, but I mean, it's just rocking. Absolutely rocking. Let's see here. Hi, Nick. I have a question. Did you see the algorithm change 2 days ago? I have not seen anything personally on my channel or any of the channels that I work with, but that does not mean that, there hasn't been something that has that is rolled out. But I haven't noticed anything with my channel or any of the channels that I work with. But that doesn't mean that that a change has not been made. It's just that maybe it hasn't went all the way through yet, as far as being pushed out across the platform. Sir, I opened my channel but not getting subscribers. Please announce my channel name. Tips help me a lot. Brainy Arts. If you open up your channel and you're not getting subscribers, you definitely need to watch some of the content on my channel, because if you're getting views but not subscribers, that means that your content is not focused towards the people that you're making your content for. So I would definitely work on that if your goal is to gain subscribers. Greg, the guidelines for timeouts and blocks is I'm real loose. So like if somebody's like spamming a lot or something like that, then they'll get a timeout. If they say something obscene or something like that, or they're coming in with hate or just like something ridiculous, then they catch a block. But I trust you, man. That's why I made you a moderator. So just use your judgment, and you're fine. And of course, regulars like people that are in the chat a lot, people that you notice that that have been around a lot and you've seen them in other chats and stuff. Of course, they get a little more leeway than than other people that may just be coming in from YouTube promotion or whatever. Hey, Nick, I have a question. Most of the time I get around 40 to 60 views and have 63 subscribers. I just need to know how to boost both. Yeah, same thing, Mr. Mushroom Gamer. Watch the videos on my channel about SEO. Because that, like if you're just getting started out, let me pop your channel open real quick. If you're just getting started out and you're trying to get the ball rolling, so to speak, you're trying to get that that momentum going on your channel, then you need to do that. Another thing too, because I just popped open your channel, right, is right now your channel, your actual channel page itself doesn't have any content on it. Zero content on your channel page, literally nothing. So if somebody goes to your channel page to see what additional type of content you make, they don't see anything. So they only have access to one of your videos unless they see you in another one of your videos in the sidebar and they see it as yours, and then they go and watch one of those. But as of right now, your channel is 100% not subscribable. People can subscribe, but it looks like you're not somebody that's putting out content. So the first thing that you need to do as soon as humanly possible, like right now, stop watching this video or open up your channel in another window and go to your channel and start and put playlists on your channel page. To do that, you want to go up to next to your subscribe button. You're going to see a little gear icon. Click on that icon and then make sure that you have customized the channel layout selected. And then once you do, and you do already, you have that because you have navigation, but you're going to see a little thing that says add section. You want to go and start adding sections to display your content on your channel page, because right now you're hurting yourself because you don't have that. Because a majority of your subscribers, not all of them, but a large percentage, a majority, more than the people that watch all of your video pages, more people are going to subscribe from your actual channel page than the people that watch all of your video pages combined. So you're gonna get more subscribers on your channel page. That's why your channel page and how your channel page is laid out is so important. No problem, man. No problem. Yeah, I would fix that as soon as you possibly can. Super important. Scanto Phasma Gaming. Welcome aboard. High five, fist bump. Welcome aboard as a new subscriber. Nice to have you in the live stream. Nice to have you on the channel. Let's see here. Are short videos better than long videos? It depends on the content that you're making. I always suggest that you make content as long as you need to make it. But you also don't want to make content too long because you don't want it to drag on. You don't want to make it too short because you want to accumulate that watch time, and you want people to actually stay on your video. So a good rule of thumb is somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. On larger channels, the ideal length is 7 to 16 minutes is the ideal length, like in that window somewhere. So I would recommend just try to stay between like 5 and 10 minutes, and then you'll be okay. Let's see here. Analog X64, what is going on? Nice to see you in here. Nick, I released a video 2 days ago, and during this supposed algo change, and the video died a horrible death, so I think something has changed. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out on it, and then we can readdress that in the next live stream. But I mean, they do a lot of changes, so it is possible that they did change something, that they did an update of some kind. And we'll see how it plays out, for sure. But yeah, I'll definitely be updating on that and looking around to try to figure out and get some additional input on that, and looking into what I can to figure out what is going on there, since that keeps being brought up. Obviously, something that needs to be looked into. Chicky Pie says, yes, us too. Everything is down. So just your overall Chicky Pie. So your overall promotion, like everything, like your stats are down, your subscriber The subscribers you're pulling in are down. Everything. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, you had a couple rough days there, too. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, Monday was brutal. But yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, so I'll definitely need to look into that and figure out what's going on there. How do you deal with confidence? I record videos about my recovery from amputation, but struggle with thinking my content is good enough. Any tips? One thing that I always recommend to people do is to make content as a new content creator. Imagine yourself. I mean, this is easier said than done, but it works. Imagine yourself. Imagine when you're making your content. Imagine that you already have however many subscribers you think is a lot. So if you think 10,000 subscribers is a lot, make content like you already have 10,000. If you think 1,000 is a lot, make content like you have 10,000 subscribers already. If it's 100,000 or 1,000,000, make content like you already have that subscriber base, and that can be a really big help on your confidence. Another thing to keep in mind when you're recording, you can edit, right? So if you record content and your content is not what you would like it to be, right? To where you're like, okay, hey, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, but it comes out a little bit weird. In that case, then say what you can and keep the edit in mind, and then make those changes, as you go along. So let's say that you're uncomfortable. So you say, okay, well, I'm just gonna say whatever it is I'm gonna say. Instead of trying to ramble it on, just do it in blocks. So, okay, hey, I'm gonna say this part, and then I'm just gonna stop. And then I'm gonna say this part, and then I'm gonna stop, regroup, get my brain together, and then I'm gonna say this part. And basically you just break your video up into a bunch of little small parts, and that makes it a lot easier to keep your energy up, and a lot easier to kind of get through the whole thing. But don't worry, though. I mean, as YouTubers, everybody in this chat can probably vouch for this. Just as a YouTuber, somebody that's putting yourself on camera anyway, you're, it takes a little bit of getting used to. It takes a little bit of time in a lot of cases to actually find your voice and to, get comfortable, being on camera and interacting with the camera. And that's another thing where editing comes into play, is editing can be really valuable for learning how to present as well. So like if you present your content and then you throw it in the editor and then you're going through the process of editing, just be mindful of things that you can do to make editing easier. And when you do that, then when you actually present your content, you can present for the sake of the edit so that you can put it all together in the edit. Okay, what should I name my YouTube channel? I've got a video on that you should go check out because that's a long thing, but just keep in mind that as far as naming your YouTube channel is concerned, you want it to be something that people can easily understand, something that is not used in a bunch of different places all over YouTube. And if you're wanting to grow like a long-term brand, then you want to make sure that that name is also available across social media, and that you can get a web address for that name as well. Let's see here. Start listed. When should I start to launch my Patreon? I just launched a Patreon recently. You can find a link to that down in the description. Launch your Patreon whenever you feel comfortable launching your Patreon. Whenever you think, hey, I can start adding some value here, then launch your Patreon, because Patreon is an additional platform. It's another thing that you have to make content for. Of course, you can just drop your YouTube links there, but it is another thing that you have to, be mindful of in your workflow. So, just keep that in mind. Make sure that you're ready for it before you start. But here's the thing with Patreon, like you can start now, and then, if you don't have any patrons, it's not a big deal. As your channel grows and they slowly come in and things like that, you're growing it as you're growing your Patreon as your YouTube channel grows. So anytime is a good time to start. But again, it falls back more on, where, when can you add, or what additional value can you add to the people that watch your videos. Hey, Nick, do you know how much we pay for taxes for donations like this and crowdfunding Patreon? Keep the good work. For taxes, you will be sent out. I'm not sure how Patreon does it yet, but I'm guessing they will just send you out like a 1099 or something like that, or you'll have to fill out a W-9, not a 1099. You'll have to fill out a W-9 for them, and I mean, you're going to have to claim it. So the actual amount that you're going to pay, of course, depends on where you're at in the world and what your income tax bracket is for that. But it definitely is additional income, and you definitely will have to pay taxes on it. But of course, you can offset that. First, I'm not an accountant, so this is not legal advice, right? But you can offset that by mixing your gear that you buy and stuff like that in there to kind of bring those amounts down. And that also makes you feel a little bit less guilty for buying stuff too, for buying cameras and microphones and stuff like that. Let's see here. How to increase SEO rates. You increase SEO rates by basically doing your entire keyword phrase around things that people are searching for. You want to go for multiple word keyword phrases instead of just one specific keyword. Chicky Pie, if you're still in here, I'm actually going to send you a message online right now because I'm going to send you a thing here so that I can talk to you about that change that you saw. Okay, there we go. Okay, message sent. Okay, do you add ads on your YouTube videos on phone or computer? I do not. Oh, you're saying how do you add? You basically go into, I don't understand if you're trying to actually use ads or you're saying that you want to activate like the monetization on your channel. On a computer, you just have to go through and get your channel verified, and then on your channel page, when you actually click, not your channel page, but if you go into the navigation option over on the left and you click on channel, then you're going to see all these little boxes in there for things that you're eligible for. So basically you want to find the one that says monetization and you want to click on that, and then you want to go through all of the requirements for that. It's really easy. They'll walk you through the whole thing. Let's see here. Boy Magic, one review video got 1,400 after that. I can get more than 20. Content I'm passionate about. Why? I'm not sure what type of content. Plan With Me, this is for you. Plan With Me asks, one review video got 1,400, and after that I cannot get more than 20 on content I'm passionate about. Why? I don't know the type of content that you're making that you're passionate about, but on the review, you're actually providing something for people, right? So when people are looking for things, then it's likely to show up. But content that you're passionate about, I don't know what type of content that is to make that, to define that. You know what? I'm actually going to pull up your channel here real quick. Hold on. And real quick, also, if you have not shared this out on Twitter yet, make sure that you go ahead and share this out on Twitter. As well as that, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying hanging out in the live stream so far, if you have not done that yet. Also, just so you know, for the actual channel reviews, once we start doing those, for the actual channel reviews, it's important that when you do the tweet, that you also put a link to your channel in there so that I can actually, just click on it and go right into your channel. It's a bonus if you actually tweet to me, or if you, link this video, this live stream as well. Not required, just a bonus. Okay, so here, it looks like, I can't even see your other content. So like in your case, Plan With Me, you definitely need to work on your channel page as well, because you have a lot of content, and I can only see at a glance, I can only see 5 videos. So you definitely need to work on that too. So you have like top places to visit in Canada, Clean With Me, my YouTube journey. Yeah, so I mean, best place in the Caribbean. So you're making things for search. It's just you're not ranking for them. So because of that, you might want to check the channels that you're competing against and make sure that you're going for the right terms. I'm looking for your bigger video here real quick. Okay, Ancestry.com DNA results. My whole life is a lie. That's a good title. My whole life is a lie. Just as a side note, like that's a really good title, by the way. And I'm not sure with the Ancestry.com in there. I'm not sure if that is something that Yeah, DNA results is something definitely that people are looking for. But you can see in your stats where the traffic is coming for from that video, as far as, you know, why that video has done better than the other videos. But as far as why the other ones are not, is you're just not ranking them. Like top places to visit in Canada, as an example. For that video, and I know you guys can't see this because I'm not doing the channel reviews yet, so I'm just doing this as a you know, just as a quick tip type of thing for her. But here, first off, oh, there you go, you got it in there. I would recommend that you fill in tags more, because like you have quick makeup as your tags, and like quick makeup and how to and clean with me and Dollar Tree haul has nothing to do with the actual video that you've created here. And in addition to that, in your description, you don't have anything mentioning your title. And I'm guessing that top places to visit in Canada is probably a difficult term. So what you need to do in order to increase your views on your channel is to target phrases that you have a better chance of ranking for. And some, you know, in some cases, like, here's what you need to keep in mind. You need to keep in mind the size of the channels that you're going up against. You need to keep in mind how long ago they've uploaded that content that you're competing against. And you need to keep in mind if you can actually, like, visually rank against them also, as far as your title and your thumbnail is concerned. So keep that in mind when you're trying to rank videos and you're trying to get that traffic coming in. Let's see here. Let's see what else do we got. Adventures Fabrication. I post videos on Pinterest. Oh, that's interesting. So Adventures in Fabrication says that they post their videos on Pinterest and it's helped give their channel a boost in views. That is good. I post mine on Pinterest as well sometimes. Not a lot, but sometimes. Simple Joy says, Dragon Slayer, have you used Nick's videos and tips and done everything he recommends all the time? Free American Spirit, Grandpa's Place as a business and start getting some better write-offs. Even if you work out of home, you can probably write off equipment, internet, your office, and studio. Yeah, absolutely. And at least a portion, if not all of it, depending on, you know, where you're at. Ronald Pillay, rank your videos in search by basically researching the terms that you're going for and making sure that you are essentially barking up the right tree when you are putting your videos together. Go for a multiple word keyword phrase. Put that phrase in your description, put that phrase in your tags, and do variation of that phrase in your tags. And when possible, also do variations of that phrase in normal language in your descriptions as well. Like, that part of it is pretty simple. I mean, it's not simple, but like you can kind of shortcut that whole thing just by using the autocomplete to see what people are looking for, and then just kind of duplicating that into your stuff. But where the power comes in is by actually researching the phrases that you're trying to rank for. And if you research the phrases that you're trying to rank for, then that gives you insight on your ability to rank for those terms that you're trying to rank for. Juan Lopez in the house. What's going on, my friend? Patreon on your own website with membership option. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, you can do both. You can always do both. And then that way you basically can create something inside of your membership. We can talk, we can hop on the phone for this one, man. Any question you have, just hit me, just call me. But yeah, like in that case, with Patreon, there's value that you can add there. With an actual membership site, there's things you can add there that you can't add inside of Patreon. As an example, if you have your own membership option, instead of using Patreon, depending on how you set up your own membership option, you can also build an affiliate system into that. And then if you build an affiliate system into that, then you can also, you can have other people promoting it. To whereas with Patreon, they promote it on their actual site by just having the page there. And if people are exploring, then you can get it in there. But for the most part, it's just kind of there and you have to send traffic to it. But on the membership side, you can have other people send traffic to it as well, which can be very valuable. Can you show how to create a 24/7 live stream? Yes, I actually, if you look in the description of this video right now, there's a video that I put up on my Tuber Tools channel because a lot of people in a Facebook group were asking me how to do that. So I put together a quick video on the step-by-step process of how to do a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week live stream on YouTube. But you can see that video down in the description below. Free video editor. Alpha Team, you can get a free video editor on, you can use DaVinci Resolve. You can use Lightworks. Those are both good options. Should I use clickbait? Only if you deliver on that clickbait, but clickbait or sensational titles are definitely a fantastic way to get people to click on your video, because it's the same idea as the news, right? And as newspapers and stuff like that. You know, they structure their headlines in a way that makes you want to stick around for after the segment break. They structure them in a way that makes you want to pick up and buy that newspaper so that you can read the article. Blogs do the same exact thing so that you click on their titles, you know, coming through search and stuff like that. Like, it's no different here on YouTube. You have to make your titles stuff that people actually are you know, something that they want to click on. Like, oh, I want to know more about this particular thing. Creative Queen says her hubby is an accountant. Very cool. Yeah, so hit up Creative Queen and ask about the tax questions, and she can probably send you in the right direction on where you need to go to learn that information. Todd Barth Todd Barth, what is going on? Good morning to you as well. Todd was in our first Patreon only group call yesterday. We went on. We were supposed to go for an hour, and we ended up going for 2 hours. And a lot of really good information was shared in there. Razman's Reality, he was also in there for that. But yeah, a lot of really good information was shared in that chat. I just had my voice box just did some weird like thing. Not sure what that was about. Let's see here. Nick, I wanted to know whether an app review channel will work. It depends. It depends on how you put your app reviews together. Depends on how you put your app reviews together. It depends on how good you are at getting people to watch your video for extended periods of time. Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, it depends on if you how you put your reviews together. It depends on if you are good at keeping people watching for an extended period of time. It depends on how good you are at ranking your videos. It depends on how good you are at getting attention to your channel overall. Very important factors on if the channel is going to do good or not. Let's see here. Garage Movie Reviews. Nice to see you in here. Mike Zippy, what type of things were shared? All types of different things. I mean, 2 hours worth, and it was all like personalized stuff. There were only 5 of us in there because not everybody could make it. So there were only 5 of us in there, and we talked about all kinds of stuff. We talked about different, you know, money ideas for YouTube. We talked about different, you know, let me actually, because I actually made a post about it here on Patreon, but I was blown away about the evolution of that chat actually, because I didn't expect it, to be honest. I didn't expect it to go the way that it went, and I was really happy with the outturn, because normally I'm used to kind of broadcasting myself out like I do right now, because I see the chat and I interact with the chat, but I don't get that direct, you know, like face-to-face feedback. But with the chat, it kind of takes on a different, it's kind of a different thing, because, you know, like if I say something, somebody has a question, instead of competing in chat, trying to draw attention to a question or something like that, a question is just asked, and then everybody in there, you know, gives input on it and you know, gives their angle on it and things they've experienced, you know, in their journey and things like that. It was amazing. I was really pleased with it. But yes, you know, we talked about making money, of course, different ways that you can make money from your channel. We talked about avoiding burnout. We talked about the journey in general. We talked about things that you should keep in mind when getting your channel off the ground. And those were just a few, you know, a few of the things. The actual post that I put on Patreon, I said, this was the first group hangout. It was intended to last for an hour, but we ended up chatting for a little over 2 hours. A lot of interesting ideas were shared, everything from making money to avoiding burnout, the things you should keep in mind when getting your channel off the ground. Special thanks to the participants for your input and for sharing so freely. For those who couldn't make it, hopefully we'll catch you next time. And then I talked about, you know, some changes that I'm going to make in the schedule so that more people can get in there to, you know, to participate in there as well. But yeah, it was amazing. Social Media Tech TV in the house. What is going on? Nice to see you. I just got off of a Skype call with him before we started this thing. Doing great, man. Thank you. Beefy Tech. I have a tech channel. How about you guys? I have a YouTube help channel where I teach YouTubers to grow their channels, make videos, and all types of other YouTube-related stuff. Beefy Tech. Jason Hughes. Let's see here. Retro Crunch, what is going on, my man? Hey, Nick, any ideas on what to do if you can't seem to get your tags to rank in TubeBuddy? If you can't get your tags to rank in TubeBuddy, it means that you're probably going for terms that are just a little bit too difficult for your channel right now. So I would just broaden your phrases up a little bit more, maybe spend a little bit more time on the research to basically try to go for things that you have a better chance of ranking on. You and I also have a call that we have to make. So we can go into that on that call. We'll definitely expand on that discussion on our call. So I sent you an email. So in that email, just reply and let me know when is a good time, and we'll hammer out a schedule for that. Let's see here. Noah Roberts says, "Hey Nick, can you do a video on how to get subs really quickly?" Here's the thing with getting subs quickly is YouTube, it's different for every single channel. It's different for all the different type of content that you provide. It's different like your growth is different depending on the niche that you're in. It's different based on how you present and stuff like that. And specifically the different type of content that you're making. It's different. Like the growth experience is different based on any background experience that you might have that you can apply to YouTube and stuff like that. So as far as how to get subs really quickly, I hate to tell you this, but there is not an easy button on YouTube. There's not a button that you can press that's like, hey, bam, now the subs are going to start rolling in. It's a progress that gets refined, or a process that gets refined over time. Sometimes that time is a very short amount of time. Sometimes that time, for some channels can take, 6 months or a year before they start getting real, before they start really, cranking out. So as far as like the speed thing is concerned, we all want to grow fast. I want 100,000 subscribers. I've been wanting 100,000 subscribers for a long time now, and it's just been over the last year that I've been able to tack on that extra, 50,000 in order to get me closer to that, right? So it's a process. So hang in there. The most important part of YouTube that a lot of people overlook is the fact that it does take patience, in order for everything to evolve. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it happens fast, but in most cases, it's a slower process. Let's see here. Doug, Tech TV, did I mention that? Me too. Let's see here. Social Media Tech TV, did Nick mention that? Me too. Let's see, I'm not sure what was mentioned there. So I just not familiar with that one. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I scrolled up. I was looking for whatever was. Hey, HRH Tiffany, nice to see you in here. Yeah, I was scrolling up for that. Corbin Connection, nice to see you. Yeah, Retro Crunch, I like that name too. Yeah, I was like, oh wow, this is a cool name. His channel's cool. Like if you're an older person and you're any age person, but like for me, because I'm an older person, so like the stuff that he talks about on his channel, Retro Crunch, I was like, oh yeah, this is right up my alley. Because it's all, like my era stuff. So it was pretty cool. And it's sad. It makes me sad that my era stuff is considered retro. But, what can you do, right? How do you create gaming channel art? You can create it yourself using like Photoshop or Pixel Art or Pixel Labs or something like that. Or you can use a service like Fiverr.com where they'll make it for $5. You can go to Reddit. On Reddit, they have, I can't remember the names of them, but, there's people that will do some design stuff for free. There's tons of beggars on there, so it's difficult to get free stuff done, but you can get some free stuff done there sometimes. In addition to that, of course, tubertools.com is my website where we make branding packages for people. You can do it there as well. But those are not cheap branding packages. Let's see here. I mean, they are cheap, but for a lot of people, they look at it as not cheap. But if you're, like from a professional standpoint, they're cheap packages. Let's see here. Gimp, thanks, Nick. Can you review my channel? Okay, so I know what you guys are here for. You're here to not listen to me blab, not get your questions answered, but you want these darn channel reviews. And that's okay because I love giving them, so it works out. So here in just a few minutes, we are going to move into that portion, but I'm going to blab just a little bit longer because I like blabbing also. Yeah, Retro Crunch, man, I love your. I don't just like your channel name, I love it, and I like the concept of your channel too. I think it's a cool concept. How to review products? You get the product, turn on the camera, and you talk about it, and then you talk about what you like, what you don't like, what it feels like, how heavy it is, the features that it has, the features that it doesn't have that you wish that it had, and then you edit it all together to make a review video. If you don't want to buy the product, there's some people that do shoe reviews. This is like the third time this has come up in the last few days. There's some people that do shoe reviews. They just use images. So, with that related, or with that, topic, you can even do shoe reviews, or any type of reviews just using images from the product, from the people that actually make the product. I sent it, Chicky Pie, I sent it online chat. You have, yeah, I can't really put it on the screen, but yeah, I sent it to you online chat. Because I got here, let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to cover up the name. Cover up all. Yeah, see, you know what? I can't show it to you on the screen, but yeah, I sent it to you on live chat. Or line. I'm sorry, not live. Line chat. Paul Peck says, thanks, Nick. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. Superstar Gaming, just started watching you. Love the OBS videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. Those OBS videos, I'm actually going to be doing more of those. And I'm also going to be doing some Wirecast videos as well. I love OBS. But I'm also going to be doing some Wirecast stuff because that's valuable info for my viewers. But I'm going to be doing a lot more. Well, not a lot more, but I'm going to be continuing that series on OBS as well. So if you like those, then you'll like some of the videos that are coming out. I think those are going to be coming the last week of this month, or maybe the second to last week of this month. Let's see here. Adam Yaboa, what's going on, man? Nice to see you in here. Let's see here. Promote my channel. What is your favorite YouTube channel, Nick? You know what, Jimmy Changa? There are so many awesome channels. Like, my favorite channel changes by the day. I mean, there's just so many awesome creative people out there. And as, like, I'll open a new channel and, like, something will be suggested to me and I'll check it out and I'm like, oh, God, this is great. And then all of a sudden I won't be watching them anymore. And then something else will get suggested. And then all of a sudden that one will pop up in my feed again. And I'll be like, oh, my God, I forgot about that one. But, I mean, there's just so many awesome channels on here. Let's see here. Okay, Social Media Tech TV has a good question. Nick, the YouTube feature option, where exactly, the featured video content option is what he's talking about, and that's what you add in the channel options. He asks for the YouTube feature content option, where exactly in the video do you suggest you put it? Personally, I suggest putting it in the video like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes in, because you want to get through all of your intro stuff. Of course, your branding watermark is also going to pop up on the screen somewhere in there as well. But basically, you want to put it in far enough to where it's not going to interfere with all of the other starting stuff that you're doing, but you still want it early enough that you're catching, a majority of the viewers on your video. Or on your videos, because that pops up at the same time across all of your content. But you can optimize that. If you click that optimize option, then YouTube will actually shift it around a little bit. Flash in Your Pan says the OBS videos have helped him a lot. That is awesome. Yeah, so same thing. You'll like the additional ones coming up. And Wirecast too. The Wirecast is pretty cool. I'm still figuring out some of the Wirecast stuff, but Wirecast is definitely awesome. John Berzoza, nice to have you in here. It's his first time in the chat. Everybody welcome John Berzoza. Welcome, John Berzoza. High five, fist bump to you. Welcome to the chat. Nick, can you please review my channel and give me some feedback? I will open it up here, so when we get into that portion, you are definitely on that list. Because the Super Chats, obviously, those have to rise to the top, because I'd be a jerk if they didn't, right? Hey, why are you doing these free ones when I paid, right? So those always rise to the top. Let's see here. Savage Scientist in the house. What is going on, Savvy Scientist? Savage Scientist. Let's see here. Hey, I love, hey, low vibe. What do you think? Okay, Nick, can you review my channel? Mike Zippy, welcome, high five. Okay, let's see here. Nick, I want to know if this name is good for a review channel. ARCDEC Reviewers. Unless it's like ArcDeck. Being all capitals like that, I don't think so. But maybe if you kind of separate it, because I don't know if you're doing like ArcDeck or ArcDick. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're trying to do there. So no, at least written that way, I would say no, because it's confusing. So if somebody, like if I had a friend, if I watched your videos and I had a friend and I was trying to tell my friend to go and check out your channel and I didn't have your channel handy, or I didn't want to open my phone to tell them, but I was like, hey, there's this review channel that's just awesome. You definitely need to check this out. And they're like, oh yeah, well, what is it? What's the name of that channel? And then you're like, oh, well, it's ARC, A-R-C, it's ARC, man, what is it? ARCD something. I don't know. I'm going to have to send you a link. And then you end up forgetting about it. And then you just lost a potential person. Same thing happens on like podcasts and things like that. Like once your channel grows or you start like hustling, then, you can get on podcasts and stuff like that. When that happens, then, it makes it easy it's better to be able to say your channel name without any confusion. Like for me, with my last name, I have to actually spell it out for people, right? Just to make sure, because Nick, everybody knows how to spell Nick, but with Nimmin, I have to make sure that I spell it out because for the last part of that, there's a few different variations that could be. So I have to spell it out just to make sure that they get it right. All right. So right now we have 144 people in the chat. That is awesome. Welcome everybody into the chat. If you have not shared this video yet, make sure that you do so, preferably on Twitter. If you do it on Twitter and you at me, then your tweet will actually pop up right here on the screen, which is pretty cool. In addition to that, if you have not given this video a thumbs up yet, make sure that you do so. Nerdy Explorer, absolutely. I got your tweet. Absolutely, my friend, without question. And hey, real quick, also in this live chat, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Think Media TV, but if you're not, you should go check them out. He just crossed over, Sean Cannell's his name, and he just crossed over 300,000 subscribers today. So I know this is late in the live stream, but I still wanted to give him a shout out for that and just say congratulations to Sean over at Think Media for TV for crossing over that 300,000 subscriber mark. Yeah, so Color Scream says that he subscribed a month ago to Think Media TV. Yeah, he's crushing it over there. He also has a channel with his friend Benji called Video Influencers, and they're doing really well on both of those channels. But Think Media TV is just crushing it. I mean, he's killing it over there. So big shout out, big props to Sean over there at Think Media TV, because he is absolutely killing it. And not just on YouTube, but just his grind in general. I mean, he's just killing it. Let's see here. Yeah, Greg says Sean does some really nice work. Absolutely he does. Massive service. Massive service. Okay, so now we are going to get into the channel review portion. So if you're on Twitter, make sure that you tweet your channel to me at Nick Nimmin. Also make sure that you let me know here in the chat that you also want a review as well. First, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are lined up right now in the chat. Now 5, because the Endeavoring family also just got one as well. So I have that one opened up as well. So now I have 5 that are already in queue. So make sure, if you want to review, make sure that you let me know in the chat and that you tweet at me as well. Of course, I have to do these super chat ones first. The super chats always go to the top of the list, and then from there, then we move into the freebies. But I pull the freebies from the chat and from Twitter as well. So first one on the list because they come in the order received. So the first one on the list is Grandpa's Place, and I'm going to pull that up on my screen. Oh, that's not it. Let's see here. Display capture. Boom. Okay. Grandpa's Place. First on the list, Grandpa's Place. Let me get my pen thing is closed. Here, hold on. I'm gonna turn this off real quick, and then I got to go into my browser thing here and turn my. I've got this little marker thing that seemed to have. It actually slows my browser down a little bit, but man, I love this thing. Let's see here, page marker, I believe it's called. Okay, yeah, it showed up. Good. Okay, so yeah, now that that's up, now we are going to go and we'll start that over again. Okay, so the first one on the list is Grandpa's Place. So I'm going to move this stuff around here so I can kind of see what's going on. That's what my OBS looks like in case anybody wants to see that. And okay, so part of this thing is when I pull up these channels to review, let us know your thoughts as well, because there are the Nick Flow Show, what is going on? Because basically, you know, we all have you know, different things that stand out to us on these channels. So, you know, let me know your thoughts as well. You know, what do you think of when you see this channel? You know, what is it that you like or don't like or whatever? You know, give your feedback in here as well. First, how you have this up here, Old Skills for a New Generation, and you have your upload schedule. That is awesome. Very good. You've got your extra subscribe call to action there, which is also good. For your thumbnails, you definitely need to work on your thumbnails because this is good, right? Because what you're doing is I see what you're doing. You're making that pattern across all of your content, which is good. But the actual text color that you've chosen to use on this doesn't stand out. It just kind of blends in to the background there. So I would definitely, even if you make this white, this text white, like that's still better than what you have here. It'll stand out more. Because the idea with this, and your text is kind of small too, the idea with this is that you want people to be able to easily read any text that you put on your thumbnails on a small device, right? You want people to be able to read it on a small device. You want people to be able to read it when it comes up in suggested videos as well over here on the sidebar. So it's really important that your text stands out as much as humanly possible. Another thing that I would do too is I would line everything up instead of you know, running your text like that. I would line everything up so that there's basically like a, you know, just a nice line of text here. And I can tell you this too from you know, doing design. This thing that you have going on here definitely grabs attention, but this is going to be really hard to build text around. I'm sure you're probably already experiencing that, to where, you know, to build text around this and get it all looking good. I would definitely make that a little less. I would make this arrow that you have coming in here, I would make it a lot less, like a lot less deep, so that you can, you know, line your text out a little bit easier on your thumbnails. But in addition to that, let's see here. You've been on here a few times, so I'm just looking to see your content. Yeah, you still have a small amount of content, so I'm not gonna mention the channel page layout, because you do have, you know, most of your content is visible here on your channel page, so we won't worry about that right now. But yeah, I would definitely work on what you're doing over here for sure. Okay, so there is Grandpa's Place. Let me hop into the chat here real quick and see what else we got. Okay, so did anybody else, let's see here, suggest a name for my review channel? Grandpa's Place. Yeah, your text and color is too hard to read, is some more input there. Let's see here. Thumbnails drive me bananas. Nick, please suggest a good name. Let's see here. Went through that one. Found a video about running. Let's see here. Okay, let me know when you do. Start my channel. You guys talking to each other, which is awesome. Okay, so You don't need to send a link here, John Broza. People can just click on your channel name. Like with the live chats, if people want to check out your channel, all they have to do, and for anybody watching this right now, if you don't know this already, I'm going to pull this up on the screen so that you can see this, so that you know. But I'll pop this out real quick. But all you have to do, just in case you don't know, is basically with the chats, all you have to do is come over to this little area right over here next to the name, and if you right-click on that, then you should be able to click on Go to Channel to see what's going on that person's channel, or depending on what you're on. Like I know in phones, in a lot of cases, you can just click on the name and stuff over here too. But a way to do it on a desktop is actually just click Go to Channel right here, and then that'll actually take you over to the channel. But the next up on the list is Intrepid Dawn, which I've went over Intrepid Dawn's here a few times on the channel. So here on Intrepid Dawn, Sci-Fi Gaming Alliance. Basically, you're saying that you do sci-fi games, which is good. What you're doing here on your thumbnails is definitely cool because that's unique to you. Your imagery, I mean, as a Star Wars fan, you win, right? So your imagery is awesome. I'm not sure what the Stellars is, though. So maybe that's something that speaks to the people that play those games. If so, then yeah. Oh, okay, Stellaris. Okay. So yeah, so that apparently is. So yeah, so what you're doing here is good. Yeah, you got your playlist sticking out there. Yeah, man, you're definitely on the right path here for sure. Yeah, for all the surface level stuff that I look for initially, you're definitely on the right path. I would throw your subscribe thing up here as well. But also, in addition to that, one thing I want to tell everybody in the chat here that's important is we all want to grow our social media followings like all over the place, right? But also keep in mind, if you have a smaller YouTube channel and you're sending people off-site via your a lot of times in video descriptions, I'm not sure if you are or not, you're going to be my example here. Let's see here. Start deeper into YouTube. Okay, so yeah, in this case, he's not doing it, which is good. He's sending people more into YouTube. Here's got the Discord, so sending people off platform there, and stream. Okay, so he is doing it. So basically, the thing that I'm trying to get at is, as a small YouTuber, or as a YouTuber just in general that's trying to grow your channel, when you are sending people off site via links to your other stuff, you are killing session time when you do that, and that's a negative. So when you feed people into YouTube, into other videos on YouTube, into your own playlists and things like that, that's a plus. When you send people off YouTube, that is a minus, right? So off YouTube, sad face; on YouTube, happy face. The things I have to do to amuse myself, right? So, but yeah, but overall, Intrepid Dawn, you're definitely on the right path, man. You're up to 700 subscribers now, so you're getting views on your stuff, which is good. So yeah, you're definitely on the right path for sure. At a glance, and that's another thing too that I want to make sure it's a disclaimer that I always mention in these channel reviews. Like, what I do here in the live chat is not the same type of channel reviews that I offer as an actual service. Links to that information is down in the description below. But these are just like surface level reviews. Basically, they're first impressions of the things that I see when I land that I see when I land on a channel. Okay, so next up on the list we have, and remember, let me know in the chat also. Let me know in the chat what you think as far as, your thoughts. Dolce Mom's Life in the house. What is going on? Nice to see you in here. But yeah, as far as these channels are concerned, let me know your thoughts on what you think when I pull these channels up here in the chat. Flash in your pan, I already have one. I actually have one for Chicky Pie says, hello, Nick and everyone. YouTube make me crazy. Yeah, for Flash in your pan, absolutely. I actually have an affiliate program, 2 different ones. I have one for the front end store, and I have one for the membership area as well. I'm going to make a video on my channel actually that is going to invite viewers to use Tuber Tools as a way, to generate some extra income for themselves as well. I just haven't gotten that video prepped yet, but that's in queue. Okay, so for this one, first off, I have no idea what's going on here. You actually have your channel trailer as your website. You also have your channel name as your website, which is okay. But in your channel header, like I don't have any idea of what type of content that you're making on your channel, and that's super important to make because I'm not sure how long you've been in the chat, but one of the things, in any channel is like this. Like you're going to get more subscribers from your channel page than you are from all of your video pages combined. So basically what happens is the users typically, they'll watch a video, and then a lot of people subscribe from the videos, don't get me wrong there, but you're going to get a lot more from your actual channel page. So what happens is people watch your videos, and then once they watch your videos, then they come to your channel page, and then once they're on your channel page from your videos, then they make the decision on if they're going to subscribe or not, and then that's where that takes place. So really important that you put what type of content it is up here. All right, so we are back in the house. I'm not sure if this picked up or not. So I'm going to have to go and check it out here on the channel page and see what is going on here. Man, that is unfortunate. Okay, so if you are watching this, there we go. Okay, so it came back on. I'm back. Okay, so basically what happened there is I'm having this problem with my video card that I've been trying to fix, and it seems like it gets fixed, and then all of a sudden it'll happen in situations like this. So basically what it is something with my video card or something, like out of nowhere, I don't know if I'm overheating or what the deal is, but sometimes it happens right when I start up my computer, but it'll just lock up like it just did. Like the monitor will go out, and then right after the monitor goes out, then the Yuli, what is going on? Nice to see you in here. Then right after the monitor goes out, then the actual computer will freeze up, and then after that happens, yeah, we just lost a bunch of people in here too. So this is gonna be interesting, seeing if we get everybody back or not. But yeah, so basically that's what happened, and now we'll get back to the channel reviews. Yeah, we're down to like 88 people. We're at 130 or 140. So that was a hit, right? I'll be feeling that one for like a week. That's the fun thing with live, right? It's things like that. It's like, hey, sometimes, okay, we're back up to 121. That was fast. Okay, so, but that's the fun thing with live is you win some and you lose some, right? You just kind of go as you go. Okay, so the one that I was on here was let me pull this back up here. Yeah, I'm going to have to kill this plugin. I think that might be what did it, maybe. Not sure. But I'm going to kill that plugin because it was working fine until I activated that plugin. So I'm going to turn that plugin off here real quick before I continue, and then I'm going to cross my fingers. Okay, so now let me pull this back up. Good morning, Yuli. Nice to see you in here. Sorry I missed you in the Patreon chat yesterday. The replay for that has been posted. Also, I'm going to post it in there as well. But as a side note, if it would be convenient for you, and my apologies to everybody else while I'm saying this to her, but if it would be convenient for you and for everybody else that's in Patreon, do you want a download of the audio so that you don't have to play the video in the background, so that you can just download the audio and play that? Would that be something that you'd be interested in? If so, I'll add those. So just let me know. I'm gonna post that inside of the group also, or inside of Patreon. So just let me know. But if so, then that's definitely something that I'll do. Okay, so back into the review here. There we go. Okay, so Wow, it looks like a lot of stuff like turned off and interesting. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, basically this stuff. Okay, Yuli, got it. Yeah, I'll do that then. So and same thing with Raz, because you're in there also. So if that would work out for you, let me know. Professor Nez in the house. What is going on, my man? So Professor Nez, and I'm gonna make Nez here a moderator. I hope you're okay with that, Nez. But Professor Nez, he also does a lot of live streaming here on YouTube and on Facebook and all of that stuff. And he's interviewing he interviewed Roberto Blake. I don't know why I said Robert. Roberto Blake. He also just recently did one with Justin Brown. Awesome stuff that he's doing, giving a lot of insight into the minds of what's going on with some higher level creators here on YouTube. It's some really cool interviews that he's doing over there. And in addition to that, I mean, he does interviews with all types of different people, but a lot of really good insights. He's excellent at his interviews, and a lot of really good insight comes out of those interviews. I'm actually going to pop up Nez here on the screen real quick while I'm actually saying that, so that, oops, I said Professor Nex. That's funny. That's your alter ego. Yeah, but this is his channel right here. As you can see, on his channel, he does, and here's the thing, guys. Right now, he has 280 subscribers on his channel, right? But he should have, because of the type of interviews that he's doing and the way that he interviews people and the actual value that he adds to his audience, he should easily have like 10,000 subscribers on here by now. So if you see his name right there, I put a wrench next to him. I did his channel art too, by the way. But if you are, and I'm not saying this because I did his channel art, like I truly believe, what it is I'm saying. I actually, watch his content, but I know a lot of the stuff that he does is more Facebook focused than YouTube, but because he does put his content up here as well, you should definitely go over and subscribe to him, because, here's the interview that he did with Roberto as an example. And there is the knowledge that Roberto shares in here is awesome. Just absolutely awesome. So definitely come over and check out Professor Nez if you get the chance. Yes, sorry for that, Professor. I had to, man. I'm loving what you're making over there, and so I had to put you on. Had to put you on there. Okay, so Geotechna, back to you. In your channel header, you definitely need to define what it is that you're doing. Here, you're doing these in another language also, so I'm not really 100% sure what you're doing. It looks like it's like excavating or something like that. So I would put that up here to let people know. I'm guessing that, that this is something that you're using to promote your company, which is cool. And you're getting views, which is also awesome. I'm not sure if you're doing paid traffic for those, or if these are things that people are actually searching for. I'm not sure. But what you're doing here on your thumbnails definitely makes it to where people can identify your content, which is a bonus. But as far as your actual titles and things like that are concerned, not really much I can do for you there. But one thing that I do want to say is that here on your channel page, you can see that I only see 5 videos unless I take the effort of clicking through and and scrolling through the additional content. If you can organize these into playlists and put them on your channel page, then that's definitely a bonus. All right, so now next up on the list for the reviews, I have 2 more that I'm going to knock out here, and then we're going to go into the free side of this stuff. So make sure that you're sending those tweets out on Twitter, because what I do on Twitter is basically I'll go in and I'll just do random scrolls, and then I'll just randomly pick them out of those scrolls. I'll do a quick check of the channel to make sure that you're uploading regularly and stuff like that. And as long as you are, then your channel will be selected. So make sure you have those going out, because that's where I'm going to be pulling those from there, and the chat as well. Okay, so next up on the list is Nerdy Explorer. And Nerdy Explorer does cinematic travel vlogs and inspiration. So what you're doing there is good. One thing I would recommend, my friend, is your picture here looks cool. The cartoon looks cool. But, YouTube, it's about people. You know what I mean? So the more what's the word I'm looking for here? Like when you show a cartoon, then you have to kind of go deeper in order to see the person, right? But when you show the person, then it's like, hey, this is a person, right? I mean, the cartoon's cool, looks great, but me personally, I would recommend that you make that an actual photo instead of a cartoon. Your thumbnails look great. The only thing that you're missing from your thumbnails that you did on a few is your logo on here. Oh no, you are doing it over here on the right. So yeah, you do have that on there. But as you can see, for the type of content that you make, I think how you're doing this is okay. Because you center a lot of your text, I would maybe spread this out so it's not stacked, and maybe just kind of put it down here in the bottom or something like that, and then move the text up, kind of just keep it in the center like you have with these, and then just put that in the middle so that you can always have that nice balanced design going on your thumbnails. But you've got your stuff broken down into playlists. You've got your description for your playlists. One thing to keep in mind too that I want to share with everybody is on your channel page with the with your playlists, keep in mind that these can rank in search, right? So when you rank, when your videos are popping up in search, or when your playlists pop up in search, or they pop up in a sidebar in YouTube as recommended, just a playlist on Thailand is going to get less clicks than something that says like Thailand best places to see, or must see places in Thailand, right? To where you make your actual playlist title clickable as well. That can be extremely valuable for winning those clicks when your playlists are displayed in miscellaneous places on the platform. And it can also be really valuable for getting people to click on your playlist and watch through them if you actually turn these into clickable titles instead of just kind of like because here it's just for the sake of like, like, hey, this is where these videos were shot, instead of, crafting the playlist titles into a way that makes people actually want to click on this content. The best places in Japan, or Thailand, must see places, Japan must see places, something like that. Just, for the sake of the click is what I'm going on there. Here on these, I'm guessing because of just from the outside, these look more like commentary, and I know this one is commentary as well. So for the sake of these, I'm guessing that you're doing this for the sake of, defining, hey, these are my commentary videos, which is cool, but I would definitely do something with these just to spice these up just a little bit. And here's another thing with your tune too. The tune works, but using a person in there is definitely more exciting than here, because like if I see this thumbnail as an example, I don't know if this is an animation, right? Because there's no other imagery here. I don't know if this is an animation. I don't know if this is like an actual video. I don't know, like I don't know what this is here. You know what I mean? So that's my tips for you, my friend. And of course, hit me up anytime you want me to take a look at your stuff. Just hit me up on Facebook. Okay, next up on the list, we are going to go to the Endeavoring Family. So this is a new one on the list. I've never seen this channel before. So remember that you give the feedback here, right? Give the feedback and say, hey, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. This is where I think, hey, this is something that grabbed my attention. This is something that that didn't grab my attention or whatever. Definitely make sure that you're giving your feedback on here as well. Michael and Jackie Bigar says that I like you. I hope I said that last name right. I like you talking about thumbnails. Yeah, thumbnails. The reason I talk about thumbnails so much and that I make such a big deal about thumbnails is because thumbnails are, man. Okay, here's the thing. If you rank videos in search, if your search game is on point, Dollar Dude, what's going on, man? Happy Saturday to you too. If your search game, I'm going to turn this off real quick and come back to it just so I can look at the camera for intensity, right? If your search game is on point and you are ranking your videos like crazy, but your thumbnails are not done properly, then you're going to lose those rankings over time because you're not going to be winning the clicks, right? So unless your title is killer and you're pulling in, traffic from your title, not having a good thumbnail is going to hurt you. Because here's the thing with YouTube, right? You want to you want to create advantages for yourself, right? You want to create advantages. You want to remove obstacles. So one of the things that are really important is making sure that if your search game is on point, or if it's not, if you're just getting there in search, but you're coming up in search to where it's like, hey, I'm starting to rank for stuff. Your thumbnails are super important because that is the first point of contact that new viewers are going to have with your channel. So basically, your thumbnail is representative of what they can expect from your channel. So the better your thumbnails look, or the better your thumbnails tell a story about what's going on in your content, the better off you're going to be, and the bigger advantage you're going to create for yourself. That's why I always harp on people about thumbnails, because it's crazy important how valuable having good thumbnails can be to your channel. Okay, so with that rant out of the way, we are going to hop in here and look at this one. Okay, first off, at a glance, this is kind of difficult to read. It's good that you have this on here. You have, 2 adults, 7 kids, 1 dog, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you have your schedule on there. You have, that it's definitely a family thing, which is good. But this is just a little bit hard to read at a glance. I would do something to this right here to make it stand out a little bit. And really, the full name is a lot more valuable here in your channel art than TEF. And the reason for that is, if somebody comes onto YouTube and they're like, hey, I want to find them real quick, let's do it. I'm going to type TEF into here, and let's see if you show up. Okay, so TEF, I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You're nowhere in here, right? So the Endeavoring Family, let's put this into search. Bam. Right? Wait, is that you? Yeah, it is. Okay. So since this is you, right, and that's one way that people can find you, I would focus them on getting familiar with your name instead of an abbreviation of your name, right? So the most important part of this, in your case, is the Endeavoring Family instead of the TEF. So what I would do is I would do the Endeavoring Family stacked up here, and then put something on the bottom saying something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 adults, 7 kids, 1 dog, saying something about it being a family vlog. Because I'm familiar with YouTube, so I can figure out pretty quickly what your channel's about. But somebody that is not as familiar with all the different types of content on YouTube, when they land on your channel, you want to make it clear that you're a vlog of some kind. So I would do, I would say specifically that it's a family vlog, or I would say something about, insights into real family life, or, something like that. So, doing that is definitely a way to kind of help define the type of content that you make, and then focusing people on the Endeavoring Family here so that they can get used to that instead of the TEF going into their brain as a way that they can identify with you. You want them to identify with you as this, because that's how you actually come up. That's what your actual channel name is. And so therefore that part is a lot more valuable than this part. For your channel layout, one thing that you want to make sure that you do also is you have checked this stuff out, which is good for your actual playlist, your popular uploads. That is good. You know what you're doing here with feeding everything to your playlist, that definitely works. But here, hold on. Yeah, you have a lot of content. So one thing that I would do, that I would recommend that you do also, is you have your playlists on here, which is good. But because you have a lot more spaces that you can fill, I would definitely organize some of your other content into playlists as well, so that you can display more of your content on your channel page. So basically here, I would do something like, videos that you need to watch, or, something like that, and then have that, and then underneath those, then have your content displayed, where people can kind of just scroll down and easily get an idea of what's going on with your channel. And what you're doing on your thumbnails with this, that's pretty cool. Also with that, with your coloring in the background there, like the older content I saw doesn't really have that, and that definitely looks cool. But one thing that you have to make sure that you keep in mind is if somebody is not 100% familiar with your vlog, right? Like if they're not familiar with your kids, but they're more familiar with you, then when this thumbnail shows up in a suggested video or on a homepage, they might be less likely to click on it. However, if you put something tiny on here, big enough to where, it stands out a little bit, or maybe since you're doing your text this way, maybe something you can always add right underneath your text, but just like a little thing that says, it can either be like a symbol of some kind, or you could give them the Clooney by the Endeavoring family, right? To where you put like a, just like maybe like a block background behind it or something like that, and then you do it in white or something like that so it stands out, just so that they can connect all of your content together. Because, and I would go through your entire library and do that on all of your thumbs, because if somebody watches, okay, so you've got some older, like way older stuff in here. Hold on. Okay, so you've just been doing this seriously then for just a little bit of time. So, okay. So basically what you want is if somebody watches this video and one of these videos show up in the suggested sidebar, you want them to know that it's your content. And it goes the other way too. If they see this video, you want them to know that this video is yours too, if they like your content. So you want to make it easy for them to identify your stuff when it's displayed next to everybody else's content. So the easy way to do that is just by putting some type of element on here that connects your content to theirs as well. Humongous channels, they don't have to do all this stuff as much because YouTube is suggesting their content out all over the place. So these things aren't as important. But as a small channel, the idea is to actually generate momentum so that you can start playing in that field of, hey, my channel's getting suggested out all over the place, right? But at first, you have to take the steps to get that ball rolling. And one of the ways that you can do that is by generating more of those internal clicks into your channel. Another thing too is, for me, the actual font that you're using on here, it looks cool, but it's a little bit difficult to read. On a phone, I'm actually going to pull this up on my phone real quick too, and I'm going to look at it on my phone to see if that same thing is going on there. Let's see here, because like on my computer it's hard to read, so I can imagine the Endeavoring family. Yeah, so like on my phone, same thing. And also, yeah, those are really hard to read on my phone. So, yeah, so I would definitely do something with your text on your thumbnails, and I would add some type of element that connects to all your content. Another thing too, since you're a family vlog, I would change this cartoon out and actually maybe put a picture of your family there. Just something where everybody's smiling. It's like a nice looking pic, and it's something that is, that identifies, the whole family. Okay. And one thing I want to mention as well, just in case you are not already, just in case you're not already over there, just in case you're not already subscribed, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up on the screen here real quick too. Brian G just uploaded a video, because I know there's a lot of people in here that were asking me about keyword research, and like how to rank my videos and stuff like that. Brian just uploaded a video an hour ago talking about keyword research and how to get more views. So definitely, I'll drop a link to this video right now in the chat. So if that is something that you're trying to figure out right now, definitely go over there. I just dropped a link in chat, so you can click on there and go check it out. But definitely go over there and check out that video, because he'll help you learn how to rank your videos. If you're not subscribed, once you get over there, also make sure that you subscribe. And just for reference, I'm subscribed here. Roberto's subscribed here. Ray the Video Guy is subscribed over here. So it's good stuff. Knowledgeable dude, and a buddy of mine. So definitely make sure that you go over there and you check out Brian if you're not familiar with him already. Alrighty. Let's see here. Yo, Nick, can I have a channel review, bro? Gorilla Gaming. God, I love that name. I love anything Gorilla associated. I think I mentioned that before. I've been having issues lately with mass exodus. Had over 200 subs drop, and yo going at 500 up and down. Okay, here's the thing that I want to let you know, and everybody in the chat. There was a purge recently, so if you lost a bunch of subscribers, that's probably why. I lost like 300 that day, over 300 that day. So definitely keep that in mind if you had a mass exodus. Next up on the list here is social media TV. Now, I've reviewed social media TV before. I was actually speaking to him previously, right before this call, or right before this live stream as well. We were on a Skype call talking about some of this stuff. I'm going to pull his up on screen as well. For him, one of the things that we talked about, just to kind of share this with everybody in the chat, one of the things that we talked about on his channel was that he is featuring his wife in a lot of his imagery, which, you know, good man right there, right? I mean, that's a good man. I just want to go ahead and say it. That's a good man featuring his wife in here, because most of the content on the channel, I mean, all the stuff that I looked at on the channel doesn't actually have his wife in it in the videos, but he still features her all over the place, which is a really cool thing to do. But yeah, that's one of the things we talked about on his channel, is basically either reducing her exposure and focusing more on him, since he's the one that actually delivers the content, or removing her completely, one of the two, just for the sake of the channel. Another thing we mentioned as well is he's doing more, you know, like social media related things, and he's also putting content on here about Usain Bolt and things like that, because he had a previously successful video with Usain Bolt. So he's going on that because of it, which is good. But it's not good because it's not a good match for his audience. So, and that's the thing that you got to think about long term is the audience, right? You got to think of the people that are watching your videos. So next up here we have the 850-pound gorilla. Yeah, man, we went over your channel before, I believe. 850-pound gorilla, like I said last time, your imagery is good because it's game related. You have 850-pound gorilla on here, which doesn't really say the type of content that you do. I think that doing gorilla gaming in your header would definitely be a more appropriate thing to use in your channel header. But your thumbnails definitely look cool. How you have the gorilla on there, you know, that's definitely a good connection, saying, hey, this is the gorilla gaming content. But I would definitely take this right here, maybe even with your gorilla, because that gorilla is pretty awesome. So maybe I would take that and do make an actual logo out of it up here at the top. Boom. Okay, so, and, you know, I see that I got a lot of shares going out also, so I just want to say thanks to everybody that is sharing this content out there. I appreciate it. For, you know, like Yuli, as an example, you know, she said Nick Nimmin is live, YouTube creators, so I appreciate it. Thank you, Yuli. Okay. Let's see here. Cutting the caboose. What is going on, Danielle? Nice to see you in here. Hey, so something I want to show you guys that I'm working on real quick. And Danielle already said this was cool, so this is all pre-approved. I'm going to open up her channel real quick, and I'm going to show you the difference as far as what thumbnails can do. But first, I got to see the question that she asked. Should I twilight old videos with terrible retention scores, or is there no harm in cruft and new stuff supersedes it? New stuff definitely supersedes it. You do not need to twilight the old content, because sometimes out of nowhere, old content will take off. In addition to that, as your channel grows, new subscribers, new viewers will actually come in, and they'll start watching some of that old content as well, and it'll kind of bring it back to life a little bit. Some of it won't. Some of it will. You can also go in and mess with your metadata on those to give them new life as well sometimes. So yeah, I personally recommend not getting rid of any of that stuff. Okay, so something I'm going to show on here, and like I said, she's already let's see here, Super Cool Gaming. Yep, I will open you up in the window right now. But one of the things that that we're doing right now And like I said, she already cleared this, so I want to go ahead and just make that clear because normally I don't do this. But one of the things that we're doing right now on her channel is we're redoing her thumbnail graphics, right? Because the thumbnails are so important. And she was reviewed on this channel or on a live stream not too long ago. And one of the things that I mentioned to her was that she needed to, update the thumbnails, right? So we put together a thumbnail template for her, and as you can see the difference, right? If you look at what was going on here previously, and you look at these, right? And then you look at the new versions up here, like some adjustments still need to be made. Like as an example, like this right here, the font isn't right here, so that one needs to be updated, and this one needs to be updated. But this is the actual font that we're rolling with on that. But as you can see here, like if you look at what's going on here, right, there's a face in there, there's a person in there, there's a tag on here that's basically separating the different types of content that she makes and things like that. And we have not updated the channel art yet either, so I'm just putting that out there. But as far as the thumbnails are concerned, this is what I'm trying to hammer home right now, is if you look at the thumbnails here compared to the thumbnails down here on this older stuff with the cartoon, I mean, it's just a night and day difference. And the reports that she's already getting from this, like in her stats, from just a little bit of work that we've done on her thumbnails, she's already, and I mean, she can tell you this in chat right now to verify what I'm saying, but she's getting a lift on her channel already just from the little bit of work that we've done here on her thumbnails. So super important to make sure that you get your thumbnail game down. It can make a night and day difference on your channel if you get your thumbnail game down. Okay, so next up on the list, hold on, I want to check on something really quick here. Going to here. Okay, next up on the list, and again, let me know your thoughts on this stuff, right? When I pull these channels up on the screen, let me know, the Creator 94, I got you. Let me know your thoughts as well. Right? Because like I said, like me, I'm looking at this in one way. I'm looking at this from, hey, this is how you grow a YouTube channel, keeping all this stuff in mind. But, there's also the user end of this, which, that the user end of it is, hey, what do you see when you look at the channel? How do you perceive the content that's coming on the channel? What do you think the channel's about? How do you think the header looks? That kind of stuff. Because a lot of that side of things is like a personal choice, right? Let's see here, and it looks like we got some feedback too. So I just want to see what was mentioned here. Hey Nick, watch my video. Check my channel. Sorry for the thumbnail. Let's see here. Ron's Trains and Things. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Let's go to this. iMovie, please review me. Nick, thumbnails is really powerful. Absolutely, Social Media Tech TV. Thumbnails are extremely, extremely powerful, and it can make a difference on that overall presentation that you get when somebody lands on your channel page too. Like if somebody lands on a channel page and it looks pro, then the chances of them giving you more consideration is higher than if they land on your channel and everything's a mess, right? Because it's like, okay, well, hey, there's some effort going in here. This looks like an actual like production going on instead of it just being like stuff. You know what I mean? A bunch of stuff all over the place. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up, let's see here. Uh-oh. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, where was this one? Man, I had another one here. Ah, there it is. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up on the screen this one. And again, let me know your feedback on these as well. Okay, so this one is Super Cooled Gaming. So for Super Cooled Gaming, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 4 GMT, you're obviously a gaming channel, which is cool. So what you're doing in the header is definitely good. I wonder why you're getting that icon there. Oh, because you're short linking it. Okay, got it. If you don't short link that, because I mean, I know you're trying to track it, but if you don't short link this, then you'll get the actual YouTube thing going in there. Okay, Old Geezer, I got you. I love that channel name. So let me move this one back to the front here. And Honk, I've got you as well. Let me open you up here. Okay, because there's a lot of super chats rolling in, I'm going to have to grab some free ones in between these, just for the sake of doing it. Yeah, so Juan, Danielle, cutting the caboose, Juan mentioned that every time he's looking at your channel, he says in the chat here, he says every time that she talks about her weight every time she talks about her weight, she gets a lot of views. She should be giving advice on that. So that's a great observation, Juan. And just something to consider there, Danielle as well, because I mean she is continually giving updates on the weight loss because she's losing like a ton of weight. So she's definitely giving information on that. But that's a very good observation. So one thing, Super Cool Gaming, one thing here on your channel that I want to mention is that your avatar here, like this, it's kind of hard to read what's going on. That blue just kind of blends in with the stuff that's going on in the background. So I would definitely update that, and I would make it something that is similar to this. Your red that you're using on here, I see that you're trying to bring in some of this stuff into your thumb as well. And I know that you're using that red because it draws attention, which is cool. But if you're going to do that, like how you have the overlay here in blue, like I would maybe pull in some of that red into some of these overlays maybe, so that basically you have some red here, and then how you have this one. Like if I look at the detail on this, I see that there's like that this is an overlay, that blue. So I would do the same thing here, but with like a red, just so that, just kind of gives it that a little bit of a texture on there, and it just kind of pulls the whole thing together because it's still a part of, what you're doing in your artwork as well as your thumbs. So it kind of completes the whole package, so to speak. Another thing, I can take a drink of water. Yeah, Ron's Trains and Things, I already have you open in the background, so absolutely, you are definitely on the list, man. I got you. So here, one thing to keep in mind as well, and I stress this a lot, is to make something, and you can do it in your style. You can do it in how you're structuring things or whatever, but do something that makes your content recognizable as yours. I see you're trying to do that here in your thumbs, but I would definitely, your people might recognize this. Your viewers might recognize this as your content, but you have some older content here that you're not doing that sort of thing on. And it's not even old content, really. It's only a month old. So I would definitely do something to this older content as well, to your thumbs, to kind of pull, to pull it all in. So basically my quick tips for you would be to, kind of style your red up a little bit. And maybe, you don't even have to use the yellow. Still going with what you're doing here. So that everything kind of matches up to create your brand, would definitely be, a better way to do this. So as an example, like how you have I robbed someone, you could do that in the white and then just do like sneak thief in the yellow, right? Just to give it a little bit of, recognition. Okay, so there is that. Okay, so I'm going to hit the chat here real quick, see what's going on there. Prez report. Yep, got you. Dollar Dude, how do you have a verified mark? That's interesting. I didn't notice that Dollar Dude had a verified mark. Yeah, back in the day, you could get that through MCNs, so that might be how he did it. They don't do that anymore, but that's how they used to do that back in the day. I'm not sure if he's doing that now, or if that's how he did it or not. Let's see here. Hey, your channel isn't verified. Nick doesn't review. Let's see here. JD Ethan doesn't review unverified channels. That is absolutely true, Dollar Dude. Thank you. I appreciate you mentioning that. That you have to at least verify your channel and and have your custom layout worked out. Flipped Classroom Tutorial says it's always great to see these reviews. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, we're getting a lot of requests, which is cool, and we will be moving on to some of those requests that are coming through on Twitter and in the chat. Okay, so next up on the list is Geezer Gaming. So for Geezer Gaming, Old Geezers, home of Old Geezers Gaming. As you can see right here on the far left, that part is blocked out. So I would definitely do something there to kind of tighten that up a little bit. I would do something here to make this stand out a little bit, just from a design standpoint. I mean, what you have here is okay, because basically you're saying that this is like, either gaming for old people or gaming done by old people. So either way it goes, that's cool. So what you're doing there is definitely definitely cool. But I personally, I would tighten this up just a little bit as far as losing this part here, because like the collabs part, that's probably not that important to viewers. The shout outs, people like that. But having that covered up there, that's not good. And like the home of, you don't even need that in there either. And the Geezers Gaming, I would do something to make that pop just a little bit. And because it's gaming, I mean, your name actually gives a good indication of the type of content that you make. On your thumbnails, the same exact thing applies. Like the doing things that are recognizable to your content. Like you have on some of these, I see like you're putting a little flag or a little banner thing going down the side here. So just whatever it is that you decide to do, make it consistent across your content. And a good way to do this, guys, is like a real simple way to create a visual brand without getting into all the technicalities of it. A real easy way to create a visual brand and visual recognition across your channel is simply to use similar fonts, similar color schemes, and similar styles across all of the stuff that you're doing. That's a really easy way. Or just, if you just keep that in mind. Justin Bennett in the house. What's going on, man? Nice to see you. But it's just a real easy way to create that visual brand for people to recognize, is you just simply use the same fonts, the same color schemes and things like that so that people can identify. Because one thing that a lot of people do, and I did this too, one thing a lot of people do is they will create new thumbnails, like from the ground up. Hey, I'm going to make a new thumbnail, and I'm starting from scratch, and I want my new thumbnail to be kind of like its own design. Like everything about it, I want it to be unique to that thumbnail, but you're not thinking of, hey, that thumbnail needs to connect to my brand, right? So your YouTube channel, it does make a difference. And it's really important because, like I was saying before, you want to create that advantage for yourself, because if you're not creating that advantage, then you're creating a disadvantage, right? So when you're not tying all of this stuff together, then you're losing that advantage, which is hurting you in the long run. Because if you're not, if you don't have that advantage, then it kind of, you're hurting yourself. You've been gaming since 1978. That's what I'm talking about right there. 1978. I guess that would start with board games, right? Because when did Pong come out? My Magic coffee cup, retro gaming. No, I'm just not drinking it a lot. Like I've still got like this much in here. I've got to keep sipping it. Because here's the thing, like with these live streams, right? The reason that I crush coffee during these live streams is like the elapsed time on this one is like 2 hours. We're 2 hours in right now. And this entire time I'm just sitting here blabbing, right? So I have to keep kind of dumping that caffeine into my brain to keep the whole thing, to keep it all rolling a little bit. Because if not, I'll start to drift off. I mean, I'm starting to drift off here and there anyway, but overall, not so much. Okay, so next one up. Okay, so here, the Creator 94. So you're focused, and a lot of people do this. You're focused here on your channel name, but you're not focused. But you're not focused on the viewer. So basically, this is all, the Creator 94, you're like, hey, this is, and the same thing with you, Geezer Gaming, if you're still, Let's see here. Do I still have you in here? Did I close you out? Yeah, I closed you out. But the same thing with you, making a specific statement on your channel art of the type of content that you create. And it doesn't have to be a statement per se. You can just do a listing of the type of content that you create, but saying what it is that you're making for the viewer so that they can land on your channel page, they can see your artwork and say, oh, okay, that's the type of content they make, and then they can make the decision from there on if they want to scroll and look at more of your content or not, or if they're going to consider subscribing to your channel or not. So, same thing goes here. Like the font that you used here, that looks cool, and the texture that you have back here, that looks cool also, and the colors kind of blend well together, but the fact that you don't have that viewer benefit on here is hurting you. And in addition to that, you're also on a mobile device, you're going to be cutting off like right around here and over here. So I would shift this over just a tad. But anyway, like I would shift it over, I would move it up, and then underneath it, I would put the actual type of content that you make. It looks like you're doing beauty stuff. Actually, it looks like you might be mixing because you've got some games, and then you've got beauty, and then you've got a Sims for Parenthood. So yeah, you're doing like a lot of different stuff, it looks like. So I would definitely fine-tune the actual content that you're putting on your channel. I would definitely get your thumbnails together. You can use, here's the thing. There's an app. I'm not sure Creator 94. I'm not sure if you're on Android or if you are on an iDevice, but there's an app called Pixel Lab, and Pixel Lab, let's see if I can pull it up here. Pixel Lab will, you know what? I have a thumbnail on my, or not a thumbnail, but I have a tutorial on my channel that tells you how to use Pixel Lab, how to make thumbnails on your phone. So check out that tutorial and start making custom thumbnails for your channel. You have a few of them, but do it for every single video, and all of the stuff that I've talked about, making your content recognizable to people. Take all of that into play as well. So when I was a kid, I used to live by the train tracks, right? And like our place, like the train tracks are here, and my place was like a 2-minute walk in this direction. And I got used to actually sleeping with the sound of that train going by, and it became a comforting thing when I was small. So this is cool. I like seeing this. Okay, so in your header, Ron's Trains and Things, your channel name says what it is that you're doing, so you're okay on the channel art side. But just for the sake of that visual impact, I would just put something here. Same thing, because this is cutting off on a mobile device. How you've laid that out is perfect. But I would still do something here that says like Ron's Trains and Things, and then say the type of content that you make. Or if you don't have the Ron's Trains and Things on there, just say, let's see here. Let me see what it is that you're doing here. Like, as you can see, like at my thought process, right? I'm talking out my thought process here, and you can kind of get an idea of what happens when somebody lands on your channel. So right here, I'm going through the process of trying to figure out what it is that you're doing, and it looks like maybe you are doing model trains, and then here you're actually going to like a railroad museum. So I guess you're doing a bunch of different train-related stuff. So, and hey, thanks for liking the content. I appreciate that. But yeah, I would define what it is that you're doing up here, and you can just do it in a few words. Like model trains. Let's see here, model detailing, wiring, model. It actually looks like you're focused on model trains. So in that case, then I would do. I would just focus it on model train videos, or something like that, to where you actually just break down in a couple of words of specifically what it is that you're doing. Because my first impression when I saw this, because it's a real world train, was that you were like maybe you're a conductor, or something like that, to where you're showing like maybe it's a vlog or something like that, because you're a conductor and you're kind of bringing people along there. That was the first impression that I got. But after further notice here, or further review, it looks like you're doing more model related stuff. Now, what you're doing, you're doing a lot of different stuff here. Okay. So, but what you're doing here, this is cool because it, gives insight into what it is that you're doing, as well as making it something that stands out to the people that watch your videos. So that is definitely a plus, what you're doing there. One thing that I would do and this is just me from having a design background, because you're centering your text here, I would center your logo. I would center that here as well. And another thing that I would do is I would minimize the amount of text that you're putting on these. This is fine. Like what you're doing here is totally okay. But what I'm saying is I would just optimize it just a tad. Like if you could, with the font that you're using and how you're actually laying this out, it's going to be difficult to do what I was going to say. But what I was going to say was that you, like if you could minimize the text and make the text a little bit bigger, then on mobile devices, it'll be easier to read than what you have here, because this is all kind of like clumped together a little bit. And just, when you're reading through that, if it was all like forced over to the left or justified to the left, it would be easier to read as that block of text than everything being ran down the center. But if you're going to run with everything down the center, moving your logo to where it's centered also just for that visual balance is definitely a win. Cute dog, by the way. Really cute dog. Look at that little face. Oh my gosh. Yeah, adorable little dog you have there. But yeah, so for you, before I get on a tangent about your dog, yeah, I would just put something in your header, and I would just be mindful of the text that you're using here. But like your imagery is good. You have you in here a lot, which is also good. And you're getting views. So, as far as the titles you're picking and where you're sharing your content and things like that, you're clearly on the right path as well. But one thing that I do notice is it looks like you're getting a decent amount of views, but those views are not translating into subscribers. So one thing that I would also focus on is your actual video structure. I have a video on my channel. Since I see that you're already watching my content, since I saw that, from your liked videos, I have a video on my channel about how to increase comments and how to increase engagement in general. I would watch those, because one thing that I talk about is front-loading your calls to action. And what that means is basically when you front-load your calls to action, what you're doing is you're basically putting your calls to subscribe towards the front of the video where more people are actually seeing the video. So basically you say, if you want more, I make model train videos. If you're also into model trains, then make sure that you subscribe so you can check out my weekly train videos, or, something like that. So basically you're putting that identifier in there, and then you're asking them to subscribe to your channel. It can make a really big difference on your view to subscriber ratio. Like in my industry, my view to subscribe ratio is the highest out of everybody in my industry. In part because of that. Let's see here, but some other people do that as well, and that wasn't even my idea, by the way. But that's I mentioned Sean from Think Media TV before. I actually got that front loading thing with the calls to action from him, because I saw him doing it, and I was like, wow, that makes total sense. And then I started doing it, and I checked, and I had a huge increase in my view to subscriber ratio, in addition to what I was already getting, because it was already good. And then I started doing that, and that made it even better. So I was like, okay, well, I gotta share this and start, really making sure that people are hitting this home, because that's basically what I do. Like on my stuff, like when I find something that works, then I try to share that with everybody. Okay, next up on the list here, we have the Prez report. Typically, just so you know, like if this was a free review, I wouldn't do it, because you don't have, any playlists or anything on your channel page, but because you did drop a super chat, I'm doing it anyway. But here, at a glance here, it looks like you're actually making content instead of here where it's showing that you're reviewing content. So there's it's incongruent, like the imagery and the text that you're using here in your header is incongruent with what's actually going on your channel. So I would definitely change that as soon as you possibly can. And the same thing, like I was telling him, is you want to make sure that your channel art and what's going on in your channel tells the viewer what it is they can expect, what it is that they can expect from your channel. So like on yours, you would do, movie reviews every, once a month, or, every, whenever. Like basically, I wouldn't specify the date because it looks like you're not uploading regularly either. But I would definitely do something on here to identify the content that you're providing to your viewers. In addition to that, how you're putting you in the thumbnail and all of the thumbnails, that's good. Because then, the people that are into you, they know that that's your stuff, which is good. How you're putting your little branding mark on here, that is also good. It's a little hard to read because it's so small, but it's definitely on the right path as far as a pattern that people can look for, or that they can recognize, more importantly, as your content. So you're kind of slamming that home with this, with you in the picture and that, so you're okay there. But yeah, the main thing that I have for you on this one is to get your artwork together. And since you have a lot of content, organize your content into playlists here. And the reason that that's important, like I mentioned before, is your view to subscriber, or basically you get a lot more subscribers on your channel page than you do from all of your videos combined. Think about that for a second. Like over a video library right here. You know what? I'll show you. I'll show you on my channel. Hold on real quick. Let me go into here. I'll show you on my channel the difference. Go into analytics, just because it's really important that this is why what you do on your actual channel page is really important. Okay. Okay, so here is my subscriber page, right? So this is for the last 28 days. Let's change this to lifetime. Okay, so if you go to the lifetime stats, right, you can see here that on my video page, this is across my entire library, right? On my video page, 16,960 subscribers, right, on my video page. And this is every channel that I've and I do a lot of channel reviews, I do a lot of consulting and all of that, so I get access to a lot of data from a lot of different channels. And the same exact thing applies on every channel that I've looked at. 40,000 have come from my channel or other, and 16,000, almost 17,000 have come from my entire video library. So think about that, right? My entire video library, all of the videos on my channel, I think I've got like 130 something videos now. All of those videos combined have not given me as many subscribers. They've given me less than half of the subscribers than my channel page. Less than half, right? Like if that doesn't slam that idea home, I don't know what does, right? Yeah, and I've lost almost, actually with everything, yeah, let's say 10,000 with this one too. Yeah, I've lost over 10,000. Crazy, right? So people are like, oh, the subscriber purge, I lost 50 subscribers. Yeah, well, I've lost 10,000. So when I see those posts, I'm like, hey, but yeah. But anyway, like the reason I'm trying to slam that home is the amount of subscribers that you gain from your channel page is way more than the amount of subscribers that you gain from your video pages. And not just the video page, from all of your videos combined. Don't send as many people as your channel page, because basically your videos siphon those people in. Your videos are the top of your YouTube funnel, to where basically they come in, they land on your channel page, they land on your video page, they see those, and then they go to your channel page. Okay, so we got Geezers Gaming. Okay, Honks Gaming. We're going to do that one next. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start burning through these a little bit faster now, because we've got more of these coming in, and I still need to get to the free ones too. So I'm going to start burning through these a little bit quicker. Okay, so on yours, Honks Gaming, I have no idea what's going on in your channel header, but it's a cute cartoon though. But I would definitely, again, make it clear the type of content that you make. Let's see here. It looks like you have something up here in the top left. Okay, this thing up here in the top left. I think in your case, if you're drawing these tunes, because those are unique looking tunes, it would probably, it would probably be better instead of using that full square to actually put the actual tune itself, like a cutout of that actual tune, like down here, something like that to connect all of your content together. But this works. That's better than nothing. But it's just because it's white, right? Like if you look at this, it's white on the white YouTube background, and it just kind of blends in. It doesn't really stick out. And the idea with those is that you know, with any type of element that you add or design element to to connect your content together, it's important that it stands out, because you want that to grab attention when people are looking at it so they can recognize that pattern. But if it blends in, then it's not going to grab as much attention. But you know what you're doing in your playlists, you're definitely on the right track there as well. Same thing, you know, like for your, you know, how you're organizing these, I would make these actual titles instead of just saying Skyrim, like Skyrim videos you need to see, or, something like that, to where they're actual titles instead of just being, a way that you define that it's that game. Like make it something interesting that people might want to click on. Okay, so that is that. And then now we're going to go into a lot of gamers in here today. Okay, so in this one, I'm going to go into Romolino Games. Very clear that you're doing gaming stuff. You have it up here. Even though this is a little hard to read, I still caught it just at a glance, even though it is a little bit difficult to read. What you're doing here with this thing, awesome. Well done there. That looks great. Definitely is a way to connect all of your content. How you're doing your playlist here is good. As a side note, on the new YouTube layout, these are going to end up stacking on top of each other, which is going to make a really long scroll for people. So as more and more people hop on the new YouTube layout, you might want to restructure how you're doing this. But right now, this totally works because a majority of people are still on the old layout. Here, same thing. Definitely add titles to. Yeah, man, I love this thing you're doing on the bottom down there. That looks great. Your titles here, definitely make sure that you turn these into actual titles, and how you added the description here, do that for every single one of your playlists that you can. I know when you're doing playlists of playlists, you can't do it, but for the playlists that you can, definitely add descriptions to those as well, and try to turn these into titles. And I think the turn them into titles thing is something that I haven't really talked about a lot in reviews. Maybe I have, I don't know, I can't remember. But just that's something to keep in mind. Not required, but it's something to keep in mind, because you can do that here as well. As you create more and more playlists, you can also do that same thing here as far as making them titles. But that's also good for your channel page as well. Okay. But yeah, overall, man, like I love this. That looks great, by the way, and super attractive. And what you're doing here too, like this looks cool also. How you have it there, but with this red on here, man, that really stands out. Like if it was me, if this was my channel, or if you were a client of mine, I would recommend that you put that red one on every single one of your videos, because it looks great, and it really grabs attention, and it has a style to it. So you're nailing it like across the board on that branding element. So I would definitely do more of that if you can. Okay, next up, Prez Report. Okay, we already did that one. Eric Peter Carlson. What is up, dude? Okay, so for Eric here. Yeah, so just as a side note for everybody doing the Google shortener here, that's good. Totally works. Great way to track the link. But for some reason, to where these used to show the YouTube icon, because that's what happens when you follow it through. It used to show that, but for whatever reason now, and this just happened, now it's showing that the Google icon there. But at least you still have this in there, and you can track it. But if it stays that way, you might want to lose that tracking part and just have the direct link in there with the subscribe thing, so that you can so you can get that little YouTube icon on there. Okay, let's see here. Inspiring Disney vlogs uploaded weekly. Okay, so here's the thing. Typically, because it looks like you have people in your videos, but typically, I would say, and I've said it in the reviews here with everybody, typically I would say that you should put a person in here instead because you're doing people in your videos, but because this is Disney related, right? And this is where knowing your niche and knowing, all of that comes into play, is because this is Disney related, which means that it's people that are into cartoons, right? I mean, Star Wars is Disney too, which isn't a cartoon, but you know what I mean. Like he's doing cartoon related things, right? And because of that, that's something that definitely connects with people that are into the Disney stuff. So because of that, I would definitely keep this. I love what you're doing there. Retro Gaming, you says that, hold on, what did I just see? Retro Crunch, you said, Nick, yours is doing it too. What is mine? What's mine doing? I'll wait for the delay here in order to get that. Oh, you said mine's doing it too. All with the Google icon. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, if it keeps doing that, then I'll change mine also for sure. Yeah, like I said, during these reviews, this is the first time that I've noticed that. So yeah, so that's definitely a new thing. So yeah, I'll definitely be updating that if it stays that way. But yeah, outside of that, what you're doing here, that's awesome. Looks fantastic. Great style on that. Overall, man, here's one thing that I would recommend. We'll see you break it there. Yeah, you break it there. So I wouldn't do it because you broke it down here on these, but like how you're doing this, man, there's such a style to this that I would make that part of what's going on up here as well. And I would roll with that because I mean that looks great. Like hold on, let me check all your recent stuff. Okay. So here's what I would do. On yours, I would take these, like this thing, how you're doing it either on the side or down here, or just mixing the two, for both of them, because it looks like you're doing, like these are like, 2 or whatever. So you need that there. But like, I would definitely incorporate this into all of your thumbnails and into your channel art, because that has such a cool and unique style to it. I would definitely roll with that on everything across your channel. Even like your graphics that come up like during your channel, right? Like a little thing that pops up here on your video that looks like this, that reminds people to subscribe, or something that scrolls over from the side that says, hey, watch this video in the playlist, or I mean in the card, or something like that. I would definitely do that. But yeah, like what you're doing here, super impressed by that. I think that looks great, and I would just incorporate that somewhere up here, maybe even right here. Bam. So like right here in the middle where you're doing this right here, maybe do something like this, but put it right there, and that would tie all of that together. Okay. So, why would that come in as a line call? I wonder. Not sure. Okay. Now, we are going to, let's see here. Who is next up on the list here? It looks like Kit Slam's art is next up on the list, and then we are going to get into the free ones. So, Kit Slam's art, who has been on here a handful of times, makes awesome stuff, says that, hey, Nick, I've made some adjustments to my thumbnails, avatar, and banner. Would love your personal feedback. Okay, so Kit Slam's art, what you're doing here in your banner looks good. To be honest with you, it is just a tad cluttered, but I like how you're showcasing your content. This is super easy to read because this is so cluttered. I would maybe put this one more, like front and center instead, to where maybe you have like 3 over here and then 3 over here, and then you use this as kind of your anchor. Because I mean, I see how you have it weighted over here. Like, I see what you're doing, but for the sake of it, being on YouTube, I would definitely scoot this over and have this more in the middle there. But I do like how you're showcasing all of your content. I would just balance it out. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Loved it. I think I actually commented on this video. I think. I know I've watched it, but I'm not sure if I commented on it or not, but I think I did. Yeah, right here. Boom. I'm going to give myself a thumbs up too. But yeah, this is awesome. Like what he's doing over here, like I'm a fan, right, of this channel. Like what he's doing here, extremely talented and creative stuff. Like the thumbnails here, I mean, look at that. Those are just wicked. I mean, granted, like you're not doing anything that connects all of your content together, but for the actual playlists, how you're breaking this down into playlists, you're definitely making connections there without a doubt. I mean, you're nailing it on your playlists. Salt art, just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I love everything that you're doing here. I absolutely love it. Like I said, I always make that point of doing something that connects all of your content together. Like in your case, maybe cutting off a little corner down here and making it so it kind of blends into the background, but you have something on there that grabs attention. Like a little logo or something that you make. Maybe you make it out of an Oreo cookie or whatever, take a picture of it and then cut it out and then put it down there or something to where it basically, it's symbolic of what it is that you're doing, but also connects all of your content together. I think that would be cool. But with that said, how you're doing this and how you're breaking it down into playlists and all that, like this is just wicked. I absolutely love what you're doing here. I'm going to click on this real quick and I'm going to see what comes up in your sidebar so that we can see what the deal is on your, close the Videolytics, close that. Okay, so we're looking at the mosaic, but yeah, see, like here, how you have like this coming up next in your autoplay. That's cool for your autoplay, but besides that, it looks like you are coming up more for the related content. So, okay, except for this one, right? So here, like, of course your name's there, but here, like, this is where not having something that connects it to you is going to, long term, is going to be something that's kind of negative because there isn't a connection here between, this content and this content, because that connection isn't being made, somebody that likes you, that likes what it is that you're doing, they like how you talk, how you communicate, how you, introduce your videos and stuff like that. If they're watching this video and then they come over here looking for more stuff, obviously they're going to see your pixel stuff and they're going to go into that. But you also want them to be able to identify this stuff as well. So if you can take your art brain and come up with something to where you can connect all of that, that would just be awesome. Even something else, man, like a little, I mean, I guess the colored pencil stuff, just like one little pencil over here on the side wouldn't work, but maybe you can mix it up, like a pencil, a little M&M, and like a little Oreo cookie. I don't know, but just something that would make that connection between your content. Okay, now we're going to get into the free stuff. Woo! I know it's what you guys have been waiting for, the free stuff. So now I'm going to hop on Twitter, and we are going to see what we got. So, hey, so from the 50,000 subscriber giveaway, super user who is now in the chat says that he got the email for the Tuber Tools Access, which is awesome. He was a winner in that. So congratulations for being a winner there, my friend. Let's see here. So I'm going to go in here. Nick's been subscribed since 2,000 subs. Wow, you've been around for a while. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm pulling that one from chat. Hey, Nick. Hey, Poor Sane. What is going on? Yeah, easy with the emojis, y'all. Let's see here. Congrats, super user. Review my channel. Please review my channel. Okay, so first I'm going to hit Twitter, and I'm going to refresh the page here, see what's going on over here on Twitter. Okay, AZ Vlogs is a heads up, man. One of my things is that you got to have your channel verified. You do not, so because of that, you don't make the list for this live stream. So for the next one, make sure that you go through the process of verifying your channel, because right now it's actually a process to find your content. So so definitely make sure that you verify your channel. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Vanessa Stali. Oh, okay, from that channel. Yeah, that's definitely cool, putting something up there that connects that. What you did there on Twitter. Yeah, definitely. And with the airport bums, how it stands out more. Yeah, absolutely. Absolute improvement there. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do, first I want to go ahead and, well, let me check the channel here, see if I can find it. Oh, nice. I like the idea of this channel too. Clever. I used to do this as a kid. You may be a kid. I'm not sure. But I used to do this as a kid, so I'm definitely going to check this one out. Okay, so the first one here, for the first one, is going to be the Hammer channel. So here on the Hammer channel, it looks like he does hammer bashing on stuff, which is pretty cool. And you've taken this to, I'm subscribing to you. You've taken this to like a whole other level with adding like a weighted barrel hammer thing. This is awesome. This reminds me of like Gallagher's. I don't know if you know who Gallagher's is, but that kind of dates me a little bit. But this reminds me of Gallagher's, what was that thing called? It was the watermelon smasher, but he called it something. Man, I can't remember what it was called, but it reminds me of that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so on yours, yeah, any older folks in here that remember Gallagher, what was that thing called? The something smasher or something? I'm not sure. I can't remember what that thing was called. Okay, so the Hammer channel, epic slow-mo smashing videos, very cool. Weekly uploads, request to smash today, so you're getting that engagement built in. Very cool there. Very, very, very clever. Keep calm and hit the subscribe button. Also good. Because you're a Hammer channel, one thing that the Smash-O-Matic, bam, there it is. Nice. Thanks, Grandpa's Place. I knew somebody would know it. With this, right? Because you're a Hammer channel, if you have your process of smashing stuff, if you have a name for that, adding that here would also be fun. Just for, people that might have caught that in a video. With your thumbnails, you have something, you have your branding on there, which is good. You know what? I gotta see one of these real quick. You know what? Here, I'm actually going to, let me set this up real quick, and I'll actually do a reaction to this, just for fun here. Hold on. Okay, so this is a live stream reaction video here to your Smash-O-Matic. So let's see what we got. Oh, that's your trailer. Hold on, let me watch something here that boom, smashing old cameras, right up my alley. Got plenty of cameras that I've been mad at that I would like to smash sometimes too. Okay, first, I want to say that your intro, like, I like what you're doing. I like how it's changing up and all of that stuff to kind of create that intro for it. But I would at least, say what it is that you're doing, or maybe show like a broken camera or whatever it is that you smash, like show that there first before you go into all of that, because intros is where you lose a lot of people. Like, I'm not sure with your stats, but in most cases, intros are where you lose a lot of people. Yours, because it's actual video content that leads up to a quick intro, you might have a different experience with that, but in most cases, that's what happens. So I would do something first to trail into that. Hammerheads. Awesome. I'm a fan. Like, I haven't even watched you smash anything yet, and I'm a fan. I love what you're doing here. I'm a hammerhead. Oh, yeah, this is beauty right here. Nice. Oh, you're even doing a POV. Oh, this is great. Oh. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm going to turn that volume down because I'm not sure what we're dealing with copyright-wise there, but nice. You know what? I don't even know if you can hear the desktop audio, but yeah, that smash is great. Oh, look at that. Demolished. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that camcorder got nailed. I want to see the POV shot. I'm going to skim through here and look for that POV shot. Here we go. Oh, where's the actual shot here? Hammerhead. I'm totally a hammerhead. Okay, let's find that shot if you show the shot. Oh. Yeah, I'm skimming here looking for that shot, Oh, you don't even have the shot. You know, maybe you show it somewhere and I don't see it for the for there, but like that POV shot would be, oh, look at that lens flying off of there. Oh, nice. Holy crap. Yeah, you demolished that one. Nice. Yeah, I love that. All right, so yeah, let me move this down real quick. I'll go ahead and change that up. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I loved that. That was absolutely that was awesome. Absolutely love that. Okay, let me move this back down to the bottom of the thing here. Okay, now we'll go back into your channel. So yeah. So this is cool, man. Like I absolutely love what you're doing here. The Hammer channel, awesome name. Subscribed, liked, leaving a comment here real quick. That was awesome. Okay. So I'm even going to click the bell on you, actually. Yeah, that was good stuff. Okay, yeah, so for you, how you have this coming here on the side, that is definitely cool. Let's see here. I would definitely, how you have these broken into playlists here. Oh, okay, you have it. You have it here. Here, the same thing, like you have every smash. I would try to break these down. If you can start categorizing the things that you smash, and then break those down into, kind of like how you have the holiday one here, break those down into separate playlists on your channel, and then fill out the descriptions a little bit more so that you know, tell some of the things that you smash maybe. Excuse me. Tell some of the things that you smash in your description for that playlist. Like, you know, I smash fireworks, I smash trains, I smash, you know what I mean? Like in the description of each one. And I would try to sync up. Like it looks like the actual fonts and stuff that you're using, like you're mixing that stuff up a lot. I would definitely try to sync up the styles and the actual fonts that you use, as well. But overall, very cool channel, very cool concept that you have with that channel, and I think you definitely, following you on Twitter too, I think that you that channel definitely has some potential to do some cool stuff. All right, so next up on the list, I'm in Twitter here looking for some stuff. I'm going to go back to some of these that are from the earlier thing here. So I'm going to go back here like an hour or two in the tweets and catch some of those early folks, see if anybody is still in here. Steve from Sonic Renegade, are you in the house? What about that Hammer channel? What did you think of that Hammer channel? In the comments here, let me know what you thought of that Hammer channel. Did you like it as much as I did? That was awesome. Absolutely loved it. When I was a kid, I used to take cars and literally just, you know, bash them with a hammer, like little Hot Wheel cars and stuff like that, to make it look like they were actually in a wreck, because I would, you know, crash them or whatever, make it look like they were actually in a wreck. So that, and I would do that with the same thing with like cameras and like all types of stuff. I would get in trouble for that all of the time. So that was right up my alley. Yeah, he definitely. Savage Scientist says you have a unique channel. Absolutely. Yeah, anybody that enjoyed that, head over there and subscribe. Give him some support because his channel has the potential to do really well. So you can be like, oh, hey, I subscribed to him back when he just had a few subscribers, right? You can be on that like starter list. So definitely head over there and subscribe to his channel if you enjoyed that hammer video. Because to me, I thought that was great. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Okay, so on Sonic Renegade, are you still in the house? Were you still in here? Let's see here. Okay, it looks like Sonic Renegade is not in here anymore, so I'm going to send him a tweet real quick and let him know that we are reviewing his channel right now. Let's see here. Okay, tweet sent. Okay, so for Sonic Renegade. Okay, so for here, basically the thumbnails absolutely need to update the thumbnails because the thumbnails I wouldn't click on any of these. For here, it's also important that you put the type of content that you're making because I can't really tell. In addition to that, you need to add like a channel trailer and just an overall. Like you need to add that whole bracket up here in the top needs to be here. So you definitely need to add a channel trailer. But yeah, I would definitely work on your thumbnails, even your image quality here. Like there's a phone app called Snapseed that can really help you with your images and how everything looks. So I would definitely use something like that to dial your imagery in quite a bit. And here, like another thing is you're not connecting your content. So again, I would do something to connect your content, and I would also work on your actual titles themselves as well, because all of that stuff definitely adds up. All of it is super super important. And I like your Spider-Man mask, by the way. Okay, so next up on the list, as we start going through these. Hammer channel. Hey, no sweat, man. Awesome channel. Absolutely love it. Very cool stuff. Let's see here. So let's keep going back here. We're going back in time. Dr. Pepper, are you in the house? Let me do a quick check. Make sure it is... Okay, yeah, yours. You've made the custom layout, but you haven't actually like put any playlists or anything on here. So I'm gonna skip that one. Let's see here. So I'm gonna pull one from chat here real quick. So light this chat up. Light this chat up and let me know if you want to review. I'm gonna give the 14-second delay here, and then I'll start pulling from the chat also. I'm going to pull one from the chat and then go back to Twitter and then to the chat and then Twitter. Okay. Okay, I've got one from chat. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see here. Let's just grab one here. Okay, I got another one from chat. Going to pull another one from chat here. Make sure that if you haven't yet, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure also that you are sharing this out to social media in places that are, where it can be, where YouTubers can do it. I'm going to pull this one up too because it's good stuff. Double D, that's awesome to hear, man. Very cool. I'm going to open up your channel too so we can figure out why. Okay. Okay, so I got a few more here, and then we will go to Twitter after I get through these. So first one on the list is Flipped classroom. You know what? I've done yours before. Let's see here. Classroom tutorials. That is cool. Oh, I like what you're doing here with that frame. Nice. Yeah, I totally like that. Yeah, if you can, I mean, these are older videos, but I would still go through and I would do something similar if you can to kind of pull it all together, because what you're doing here with that frame is very cool. I like that a lot. Definitely identifiable for anybody that's into your content. Very cool. So yeah, I love that. Love what you're doing there. And I'm going to keep this one real short just because I've already done yours. But yeah, I love what you're doing with your thumbnails. How you have your logo in there, you have that frame in there. It's kind of like a frame within the image, which is it adds a style to it instead of it just being a frame. It adds an actual style to it, which is really cool. I totally dig that. Here, again, you do like 1 minute tutorials. I would definitely put a description there, even though it's self-explanatory for the sake of actual discoverability. I would put a description in there also, talking about something about tutorials in a minute, or however you want to word that. But I would definitely do that. Talk about short tutorials, something along those lines. Okay, next up on the list. Oops. What is that? Okay. So next up here is retro gaming. Or sorry, retro crunch, not retro gaming. You can tell my brain is going away there. So with retro gaming, he's got the subscribe button over here. The channel art looks cool. It shows his personality. Shows that, that it's like retro-related stuff. Thundercats shirt, Transformers on there. He's got Star Wars, all of that. So weekly updates, pop culture, movie, music, and games. So all of that header, very good. Shows, like the one thing I want to point out here is, like, if you look at his header, right, it shows that it's fun stuff. You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, this is like serious. It shows that it's nice and fun, which is pretty cool. Another thing that I would recommend, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you previously or not, but I would also in your profile picture here, instead of this, I would actually do a picture of you from one of your videos. Just do a nice, friendly looking picture of you to show, because you are the personality on this channel. So I would show that. Also, on your thumbnails, I would definitely make sure you've added yourself in some of these. Here, you're kind of hard to see, but I would make you the prominent figure, because this is, because you are, like I said, you're the star of this show. So I would make you the prominent figure in all of your thumbnails. Same thing here, something that connects them all together, and that connection would actually be you. And, you can also add some type of, visual element too. But overall, because I've watched your stuff, so overall I like what it is that you're doing on your channel. I love the whole retro thing. This is what I talked about this channel earlier in the stream, and talked about how this was cool, and how it's cool because it's stuff that I can connect to personally, and just overall I think it's a cool channel idea. Okay, next up is Color Scream. Let's figure out what's going on here. Okay, you have Color Scream. Looking here at a glance, I'm not sure what it is, what's going on. Okay, like on large channels, you'll see stuff like this, right, in the header. And, nothing's really defined and things like that, because they've already built in that audience one way or another. And it's really important that you make it clear what it is that you're doing. Like in your case, if I scroll around here and I look, doing unboxing, some travel stuff. Yeah, so it looks like maybe you're doing like vlogs or something like that. So what I would do is I would just make that, okay, yeah, so you're going to a bunch of different locations. So what I would do is I would just make it clear underneath this. I would do, keep your hashtag Color Scream, and then just put what type of content that you're making underneath that. And how you're doing your style here, this is cool. Totally works. Because you've created a style here, it makes your content recognizable. So what you're doing there is great, because your text is always in the middle. well, almost always in the middle, and you're using the same fonts, everything, you know, it looks well, or it looks good together, and it makes it to where it's like, okay, well, this is, you know, this is clear. So if you're, you know, for somebody that watches your content on a regular basis, this is going to stick out to them like a sore thumb. So, yeah, so good job. Good job there. And also, same thing here on your channel page. I would also make your content a little bit easier to consume at a scroll. So keep these here and keep what you're doing here. That's all good. But I would also add more playlists below so that they can scroll and see more of the type of content that you are making at a glance, so that they can see, you know, so they can make that decision on if they want to look at more of your stuff or not, without having to create additional clicks to take them further into your content first. Because if they click on a playlist, they're making a commitment, right? But if they see more videos, then there's not as much of a commitment involved. Alrighty. So now I'm going to hop into the chat real quick. See what's going on in the chat. And then my brain's starting to fizzle, so we're going to do a few more of these, and then we're going to start closing it out. Let's see here. Review. Please check out my channel with cry faces. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks. By the way, Nick, do you remember me? Peacekeeper, what is going on? Nice to see you in here. Tech Guide, review mine. Yuli Armstrong, color scheme. Yeah, that channel art base, though, is awesome. Love the font. I want to look at more of your stuff. Subbing, awesome. Yeah, I like it, too. It has a cool style to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that kind of stands out by itself, which is cool. Like, the minimal approach to that totally works. I think it's definitely on the right path for sure. Let's see here. So now I'm going to, Adam, what's going on, man? So now I'm going to go into Twitter again and see what is going on there. So let's see here. So we're going to go into this one. And we are going to go into, let's see here, I already got that one. All right, let's see what we got here. I had a look at that one also. Oh, that's interesting. Yep, so we'll open that one just because I like your name. Let's see here. 40 new notifications. My Pleasure Hammer channel. Awesome stuff, dude. Let's see here. Okay. Got that one. Okay, so I got a few more open here. And we are going to start with this one. Let me do a quick check to verify that everything is... Oops. Got something playing in the background. Where is that coming from? Okay. Okay, so here we are going to go and do... this next one up is tech editing. So for tech editing, here we have, I guess you're doing tech and video editing is kind of what I'm getting from that. Let's scroll around and see if that's what's happening or not. Just a heads up, I would also put a subscribe call to action here, and because you only have 105 subscribers, I would minimize the off-site links up here in your header. Another thing as well, as far as your branding is concerned, you're using one font for your logo here, for your logo text, and then you're using another font for your logo text here. So I would definitely sync up your branding. Same thing here on your on these, right? There's nothing that connects any of this content to you specifically. But you're laying your stuff out in a playlist, which is definitely good. Yeah, so for you, I'd basically sync up your branding there, and I would definitely do something on your thumbnails in order to pull all of your stuff in. Another thing, too, is you have like how to put an image inside of text in Photoshop, but your thumbnail here doesn't really say that. You know what I mean? Like, not say it like as in text is concerned, but it doesn't tell that story. Having your thumbnail actually show, because it's a tutorial, so having your thumbnail show image inside of text would be more powerful there than all of this stuff that you have going on. Because it looks like you have like a big version of that maybe going on in the background here, like that's an H and then an I. So you do kind of have that, but it's in an abstract way, so it's hard to figure out. Yeah, it's really important to make all of this stuff just dead simple, because the more simple it is, then the easier it is for people to understand what's going on. Let's see here. Yeah, so those are my quick recommendations for you, and then I will move on here so I can get to another one. Next up on the list is Yabby Addison, if you are still in the house, because I pulled this one from a one far back. Veganism, self-growth, positivity, and big talks. That is cool. Let's see here for your thumbnails. Okay, you're putting your text on there. You're using similar fonts and all of that stuff, which is good. So you are creating your own, your own style there, which is also good. Since you are the personality of your channel, I would definitely put your picture in these more. Like even the ones where you don't have, like here, it's like a DIY spring room decor. Like you could definitely put a picture of yourself like over here in the side, and then maybe show like this area over here, more of your decor related imagery. Yeah, what you're doing here is good, and your playlists. Yeah, overall you're definitely on the right path. You're getting some views coming in, which is also cool. So you're definitely on the right path for sure. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep that thing that I mentioned before about sending people off YouTube, because what you're doing there is you're killing session time, and when you kill session time, you create a negative signal essentially, because you're basically telling YouTube that you're sending people away from the site. And as a small channel, it's really important that you are not sending people off site as much as humanly possible until you actually get your momentum rolling. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we will close that one out. And here I'm going to pull up another one. This is Krusty Pickles. Sorry, Krusty Pickles. Clever name there, Krusty Pickles. And on yours, okay. So on yours, same thing here with your name. Your name is so abstract. It's a unique name, which is cool. But what you're doing here in your header is extremely abstract. So I would definitely make it clear the type of content that you make. It looks like you do some gaming stuff. It looks like you're doing, I don't know if this is like a movie or games or what that is. What you're doing here, this is good. On your thumbnails there, here, let me hit your recent videos. Okay, so you're not doing it anymore. Okay, yeah, what you're doing here, this is good. I would go back to doing this. Because like this right here, if you look at that pattern going across there, super easy to recognize your stuff. Let's see here. Another thing that I would do. Another thing that I would do. My girlfriend just came in, so I had to pause for a second to welcome her home. But another thing that I would do is I would just lose the thing up here in the top right, because you can't really tell what's going on. So I would lose that, but I would keep what you're doing down here, because that's good. Okay. So next up on the list, let's see here. Where is my chat box here? Okay, let's see what's going on here. Krusty Pickles, love the name. I love the name too. I think the name on that is crazy. Like I saw it on Twitter, and that's why I actually clicked on that one, because I was like, wow, the name on that one is really good. So I'm it's unique. It caused that intrigue. Like, oh, Krusty Pickles, what's that? And yeah, that's definitely a clever name. Totally dig that. Let's see here. Costume Cinematographer, what is going on? Nice to see you. Nice to see you stopping by. Let's see here. Razman's Reality says, sorry, Nick, I was indisposed for a bit. Both would be cool, man. Also, idea, put your next call on YouTube, too. Let viewers see the value of pledging to you. Oh, on Patreon. Yeah, for sure. I actually considered that, but then I thought, you know what? Maybe it's, I'll just save that for the people that come in, because it's not something that I'm, like, actively trying to promote that much. But for the people that know the value that I deliver, they'll know that, that value gets, they'll get a more customized version of that inside of the Patreon thing. So I probably will not put those inside of YouTube. Let's see here. I'd like to know how to do your thumbnails. I do my thumbnails in Photoshop. Okay, you want to see how I do my thumbnails? I'll show you right now. If you want to see Ramanish, how I do my thumbnails, I'll show you. Let's see here. Let me open Photoshop, and I hope it doesn't crash my my monitor again with my display, my video card problem. So I'm opening Photoshop now, and then I will change to that screen here. You know what? I'm actually going to change off of that screen and let it all load first. Create new. Okay, so here we are in Photoshop. As you can see right here, these are from the cutting cutting the caboose channel that we were talking about before. This is for a friend of mine. His name is Zach over at Win with Zach, the YouTube channel, and we are also working on some branding stuff for him as well. This here, I was actually just using this so I could grab the font real quick. Here, working on some social media stuff that I was going to use in the live stream, but I just ran out of time because I needed to hop on a call. And these are from some things for my Patreon. As you can see, I dumped the replay in there too from the stream as well. These are some slides from some stuff that I did with TubeBuddy because I stream on the TubeBuddy channel. Look, real quick, let me say this also. If you are not on the TubeBuddy channel, but you like my live streams, every first Wednesday I stream. Here, I'll actually pull them up real quick so you can see. I'm going to drop a link to their channel here. Definitely go over. If you are not subscribed to TubeBuddy yet, definitely go over and subscribe to TubeBuddy because they're giving, like, they have me on here, they have Dusty Rhodes on here, they have Brian on here, they have Owen Himsath on here, they have Roberto Blake on here. And basically, we do, Daryl Eves has done some stuff over here, but we do live streams on here, just tons and tons of valuable information on this channel, and it's all in a live, well, not all of it, but most of it is in live stream format. Any of the ones with the pictures on them is in live stream format. But basically, we give tons of value over here. And like where on my channel, it's more like Q&A type of stuff. On that channel, on the TubeBuddy channel, it's actually like instructional training stuff first with Q&A stuff put at the end of it. So like on here, this last one that I did was 2 days ago was on why your channel isn't growing. And with that one, I did like a 30-minute presentation on things that cause your channel not to grow, or things that you might be missing that cause your channel not to grow. So I put a link to them here in the chat, and I'll put another one. I'll drop another one here real quick. So make sure if you're not subscribed to TubeBuddy, they're also rolling up on 100,000 subscribers too. But make sure if you're not subscribed to TubeBuddy, that you head over there and you do that as soon as you can. And right now would actually be a great time to do that. So for my thumbnails, what I do is basically I will start. I mean, I pull mine from a template, but I'm going to make one from scratch here for you. Let me actually turn this display off so I can pull in a photo to work with, so that you can get it from there. And I'll build it all around the photo so you can see kind of what's going on and how I do it. So how I do my thumbnails pull the photo in. Okay, so how I do the thumbnails is this. Basically, I have my image that goes on there in the background for the sake of this, because I need that area there in the back. So I would just move this over here. And then because I obviously don't want those water bottles in there, I would slam that down. Clone out the water bottles so that you don't see them. And a lot of this is going to be covered up by text anyway, but I just like to do stuff that way so I don't have to work around it later. So clone out those water bottles, so those are gone. And then from there, what I do is I take my text and then I'll do how to. I'll make that text like this. And I work off of templates when I do mine, but I'm building this one from scratch real quick just to give you an idea of just to give you an idea of how I do it. How to make a thumbnail. So here I got to work with the space that I have, right, which in this case is about yay. Here about yay. And then here we'll make this one bigger. Then I'll pull the whole thing down here because I know it's going to be there, and then I'll end up spacing it out here in a minute. But then I go here, add another thing here. I grab my font, make a shape, or my color, make a shape, and then I'll draw the shape around the text. Like so. And then, of course, group those together. And then I do the same thing here for the make A. And we'll turn this one black. And I'm just eyeballing this one for the actual spacing between everything. Group that together. Put this one on top because it's going to overlap this one once I drop the shadow on there. And then here, to edit my videos, I use Sony Vegas right here, but I also use Adobe Premiere. And then here, because it's a how-to, we're actually going to do this one in like a yellow, just for the sake of drawing attention to the fact that it's a how-to, just for fun. And then we will change the actual text on this one to black so it stands out more. And then there we have the how-to part. So from there, I would move that one to the top of this. Oops. There we go. Okay, and then what I would do from there is I would go in, and then I would add a drop shadow. And just so you know, I'm actually working on a course for these. I've been working on it for a while, actually. I'm doing a course on how to make thumbnails, but in addition to actually the part that I'm showing you right now, just like the psychology that goes into some of the stuff too, and some of the stuff that YouTube has said that works better than other stuff, and things like that. So I'm working on that. So once that becomes available, then I'll definitely be letting people know about that, but it'll still be a while. But basically, then I get that, and I move it all into a place that I like. Scale it all up a little bit to make it easier to read. Then I go in, and typically I would name these also, but in this case I'm not going to. Then I tilt that. Tilt this a tad also. Go here and tilt this. And then that creates that whole, 3D-ish overlay look thing. Gonna move that around, and then I'll go behind, And then I will go in and I will grab a new color, and then I will grab a shape of a splat. Let's see, where is that splat that I use? Okay, so we've got the splat, and then I will drop the splat in there like so. And then I'll just duplicate it where I need to. Then maybe do something like that for the sake of, balancing it out. And then if I needed to, right, like if I need to like cut it out or something like that around my face, then I'll just do a real quick version of that too. Then what I would do there is I would go here, I would use the pen tool, and I would make a real quick cutout here so that my face would stand out, and then kind of mask that off. And then, of course, if I was going to use this for real, then I would add some shading and stuff like that to make it look like my face was in front of it. But yeah, that gives you an idea. So that's pretty much how I do my thumbnails. Super easy. Takes just a few minutes, as you could see, but it definitely gets the job done. Okay, hop in the chat real quick, and then I'm going to do like another couple of reviews, and then we're going to start closing this down. So let's see here. Where are we? Endeavoring Family Hope. It's South Korea. Play Forever. Hello. Hey, Play Forever. What's going on? Legion of Weirdos. Interesting, annoying fact. In Colombia, Super Chat only allows pesos and then won't complete because it asks for a Colombian zip code on my billing address. Bummer. Are you in Colombia? I didn't know that you were in Colombia. Oh, it only allows. So it only allows them to receive in peso. Interesting. Yeah, that is an interesting fact. Let's see here. Hey, Jamie Hughes. Nice to see you in here, man. Leather Rock. What is going on? Nice to see you in here as well. Green Screen Master. This is going to be interesting. I will review your channel, actually. Let me hit Twitter again here real quick. And I was gonna do you, Jamie, but I can't see I can't see what the or Jeremy, but I can't see what the content is that you do. Okay, Green Screen Master. So it looks like you are 4K Marketplace. You're like selling stuff. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that one. Let's see here. Thank you much for the honest review. I will definitely do as you suggested. No sweat. I'd love for you to critique my channel, says ASL Nate. Sign language channel. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to go here to ASL Nate, I believe, and just make sure he's got the other things in place. And he does, which is good. Okay, so ASL Nate. So he's doing sign language videos, which is cool. You also did an app small YouTubers need, so I guess you're doing this in sign language? How cool is that? Nice. Very cool. Okay, here, this is jagged. It looks like you made this at a small size and then uploaded it up. You can actually get templates if you just Google for a YouTube thumbnail, YouTube channel template. Then you'll actually get you'll find where you can download a PSD, or you can use Pixel Labs or Canva or something like that in order to make sure you get your sizing right. But it looks like you had something small and you scaled it up, and because of that, your every Wednesday and Thursday is hard to read, and this whole thing is like pixelated and looks like a little weird. So I would definitely dial all of that in. Same with your little icon here. Another thing. Oh, you're just getting started. Okay, that's cool. Another thing too is that I really recommend on every channel, and since you're starting out, this is going to be really easy to do, but is to add some type of branding element to your thumbnails. Very important. And basically the idea behind this is you want to make something to where people can easily connect to you. Because you're doing sign language, I'm not sure if you want to actually do that in sign language so that it's like, for example, like if somebody was looking at YouTube and they saw you actually spelling out with the hand symbols that you are doing sign language, like going across the bottom to where you say like ASL Nate in sign language, like you use these hands right here to actually spell out ASL Nate across the bottom of all of your thumbs, then you're going to be directly speaking to your target audience when they see those videos. And I would actually even do it big enough to where they can read it on a mobile phone too. But I would definitely do something like that for the sake of your target audience being able to recognize your channel. But besides that, it's good that you're getting started, and it's good that you are, providing a service on here as well. That's always a plus. Okay, so next we are going to go to Twitter again. Okay, let's pull that one. Color Scream says, my channel popped up on Nick Nimmin's channel. Thanks. Yeah, my pleasure, dude. Yeah, cool stuff, man. I like your minimal design too. Very cool. Let's see here. Okay, I'm doing a qualification here. That one definitely does not make it. I was going to do you, just as a side note, HSHTV. I was going to do yours, but your channel isn't verified, and you don't have your custom layout selected, so it gets disqualified. In this stream, it gets disqualified for that one, so get all of that in order, and then maybe in the next one, or one of the next ones, you'll be on that list. Okay, so let's do another one here, and then I'm going to do some Q&A, and then we might do some more. Let's see here. Okay, Teacher Dave. Let me check out yours here real quick. Okay, so Teacher Dave. We're going to pull up Teacher Dave here. Okay, so on Teacher Dave's channel, first off up here, like, I have no idea what your channel is about, so I would definitely make it clear the type of content that you are making up here in your header. If you don't know how to do that, you can get somebody off of Fiverr.com to do it. You can make it yourself inside of phone apps like Pixel Lab, or inside on a website called Canva. Canva.com. They have templates to where you can actually, it's free. And they have templates that you can use to do that kind of stuff. But I would definitely make it clear what type of content it is that you are making on your channel. In addition to that, I would also add your playlist. You have them here, but I would also display them horizontally here as well, as the actual content instead of the playlist, so that people can see the actual content that's in some of the playlists as well. But keep this. But I would also add that in addition to. Of course, if you're trying to grow your channel, because you've got 4,000 subscribers already, if you're trying to really grow it, then having that branding on here that I was talking about before is really important. You're doing TEFL stuff, I saw, which is pretty cool. I've got friends that do that kind of stuff here in Thailand. Nice that you're traveling all over the place. That's cool. Oh, you're in Bangkok, or you've been in Bangkok. That's cool. Live from the Cafe Lounge. Sarana Boom, I'm guessing there. That's cool. Yeah, so I would really for yours, I would definitely get your thumbnails together. I would definitely put up here the type of content that you offer. And, in addition to that, if you're trying to grow your channel, if you're just putting stuff up here for the sake of an archive, not a big deal. But if you're trying to actually grow your channel, having like monks come to school today, I would definitely start making your titles a little bit more clickable as well, and try to find a way to word your content so that you can actually come up in search results as well. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see, what else do we have? Make the change you suggest in channel art. I think it looks great. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Ron already made the changes. That's cool. Let me go to Ron's channel here real quick and oh yeah. Huge difference there, Ron. Excellent. Okay, so earlier in the chat here, for anybody that's been in here for a while, I did the review of Ron's channel and the difference that this makes. Look at that. So he added the text up here, right? Model railroad tips, tools, techniques, and more. Fantastic. Modeling videos every Tuesday and periodic bonus videos on feature Fridays. Yeah, very cool. This part right here, because of how this is coming over this, like your white is conflicting with that thing in the background, you can get around that by putting like a little bit of a drop shadow or something. Not a drop shadow that actually makes it stand off the page, but a soft drop shadow that just kind of separates it from the background, just for the sake of separating it from that thing back there. Just really soft, really, really soft. You should be able to make that separation. But yeah, excellent. Excellent what you did there. But yeah, like just that little bit, right? It makes a big difference as far as being able to easily recognize the type of content that's going on there. Okay, so I'm going to hop in the chat here. All right, so Nerdy Brother says Adobe is sick. Absolutely, it is. I mean, you can do anything that you want inside of Photoshop. Very, very, very cool. Very cool stuff. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Grandpa's Place says that he updated his thumbnails as well. See, that's how you know you've been streaming for a long time as far as hours are concerned, because, like, there's been time for people to go in and, like, make changes and then, you know, and then bring it back up. So I'm going to bring him up, too, real quick. Yeah, so here, this definitely stands out a lot more. See, so, like, at a smaller size like that, definitely stands out. Here, real quick, I would put building my, I would move that my down to another line, or maybe put it next to tiny. So like building my tiny cabin, just for the sake of that space up there, because it's a little bit crammed. Not the end of the world, but I'm just saying that's you know, I would do that personally. But yeah, like the making that white and big, huge difference. Definitely stands out a lot more than what you were doing before. Thumbs up, man. Thumbs up, high five, fist bump to Grandpa's Place. All right, so now we are going to go back into the chat and see what's going on here in the chat, and I'm going to take another swig of coffee. Cheers to any of you morning folks, because right now, since we've been going on this live chat, we have been going for like 3 hours and 28 minutes. This might be a record. 3 hours and 28 minutes, looking at channels, answering questions, hanging out, shouting people out. Like, all kinds of stuff. It's been a fun live stream. So it's been good. So Razman says, hey, Nick, are you taking a nap so you can make it to Morning Fame live stream later at 3 p.m. Eastern? I'm not. 3 p.m. Eastern is about 2 a.m. here, so I will not be on that live stream. But I can tell you, if you are somebody in this stream right now that is not familiar with Morning Fame yet, Morning Fame is awesome. A great visual overview of what's going on in your channel, and they have some additional tools that some of the other places don't have. But they are a website; they're not a plugin. So it's a totally different thing than what TubeBuddy's doing. So it's not even a comparison between the two or anything like that. They're like a totally different type of service. But you can definitely check out Morning Fame. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, because you have to have an invite to get in. So I'm going to go into my Gmail right now, and I'm going to drop an invite to them in your, hold on real quick here, into the chat here so that you can, let's see here, Morning Fame. Let's see here. So that if you want to get into Morning Fame, you can. And here's the thing. I'm not an affiliate of Morning Fame. I am not a, like, they're not giving me any money. Like, I'm just, like, they're it's just a cool service that they have. So I am going to copy this, and then I will paste this into the chat. This is basically the thing here. It says, Morning Fame, please invite your friends by sending them this link. So you guys are my friends, so I'm going to send you this link. There you go. Okay, so I just dropped it in the chat. So in order to get into Morning Fame right now, you have to have an invite code because they're still in beta. So soon they're going to start charging, but right now it's free. So so if you are interested in checking out Morning Fame before they actually put any type of pay stuff behind it, just hit that link right there and go to Morning Fame and check them out. Now another link that I'm going to drop in here, and I have this in the description as well, but another link that I'm going to drop in here is if you are not subscribed to my new channel for creators, Namaste Tech, I'm not ignoring you. I just saw you. I just dropped another link here to Creator Insights, and Creator Insights is basically a channel that I'm putting together with my brother. And basically, we're going to be teaching people additional video, audio, and live streaming tutorials. So on my current channel, I talk more about like growth and, things like that and how to do things YouTube specifically. On this channel, we're going to be going into like the back end, like how do you actually make content? How do you take a channel, or how do you take a bedroom and turn it into some place that you can actually make content? How do you take an office and turn it into some place you can actually make content? How do you make videos outside? Like that kind of stuff. So it's more on the production side of things. We're also going to be sharing some growth things there too, but overall it's more about the production side of things and making your stuff look awesome and growing on social media in general and not just YouTube. So so if you're not subscribed to that yet, make sure that you head over and you click on that subscribe button, because once that launches, and hit the bell too so you get notified. But once that launches, if you make YouTube videos, you're going to absolutely, if you make YouTube videos and you like the content that I make on my channel already, you're going to absolutely love the stuff that we're making for Creator Insights. Awesome stuff. Let's see here. So, I'm not ignoring you, Master RZ. BO454 says, I love the Creator Insights channel. That's awesome. Thanks. I appreciate it. We're still kind of fine tuning the artwork for it. But that's all kind of a placeholder right now. We're gonna put images of us in there and that kind of stuff too. So it'll look cooler when it's all done. But that's like the third or fourth draft that we've put up there so far. Let's see here. What do we got? Okay, so please review my channel. Please review my check. Poor Sane, what's going on? Really hard on Peacekeeper. Hey, Nick, my boy, can you review my channel? You know what, Peacekeeper? I'm going to open you up right now. Let's see here. Nick, please do my banner. Is it good like yours? And can you review me? Corbin Connection Comedy. You've been here the entire stream. That is awesome. There's a few people that have been in here the entire time. And that is that's pretty awesome, actually. Okay, Peacekeeper. So for you, your channel doesn't say, like your header doesn't say anything about the type of content that you make. So I would definitely change that up and make your art here, like, it looks cool, but I would definitely do something that shares the actual, that tells the actual type of content that you make on your channel, because at a glance, this doesn't communicate what it is that you do. Of course, if you look further and you see it all down here, you get it. But up here, there's nothing that clearly communicates the type of content that you're doing. In here, you're focusing more on your gain than you are on what you're doing for the subscribers. Like, playing with my subscribers would be a much better highlight than Road to 1,000, right? So I would definitely do that. This looks cool though. Like, I like what you're doing. Like, your artwork looks pretty cool. Specifically, this stuff here. Powerful Pancake. We're gonna pull you up too. And Powerful Pancake, same thing with you. No idea what it is that you're doing. This is a common thing in the gaming sphere, but it looks like you are doing gaming stuff as well. So I would definitely work on your thumbnails because they're kind of messy. So I would definitely work on your thumbnails, and I would definitely work on getting your channel art together as well to let people know what it is that you are doing on your channel. And Corbin Connection, who has been in here the entire time, I'm going to pull this one up too. Corbin Connection Comedy, subscribe, new videos weekly. That's cool because you're saying that you do comedy videos. You're missing, oh, no, you're not. Yeah, you're missing the I in subscribe. Or it just kind of put them together with the font. Oh, it did put it together with the font. Okay. Yeah, to me, that looked like a typo because of the font that you used. But yeah, Corbin Connection Comedy, subscribe, new videos weekly. I would word that differently personally. Like I would word it as, subscribe for new comedy videos weekly or something like that. Or I would just do comedy videos weekly. And then have like an arrow over here, like comedy videos weekly comedy videos, something like that. And then do like a subscribe thing over here with like a little arrow going down there. What you're doing here, this is very good, very smart, adding the branding thing over here. Can I fidget with your spinner? Nice. Yeah, and this too, because you're the star of this show. So adding you to as many of your thumbnails as possible is definitely a win for sure. And also, for your actual titles, I would try to make your jokes in your comedy, for the sake of growth, if you're trying to grow this, I would try to make the jokes that you make. You obviously did that here with the fidget spinner. But I would try to make the jokes that you make catered towards things that are happening. You are kind of doing that, okay. So you are trying to catch some trends and stuff like that, but that's where you'll win, is going for things like that. And also, Instagram is probably a good way. Yeah, you've got it up here. It's probably a good way to send people to your stuff as well, if you can grow there. One thing, because he also does comedy videos, one person on Instagram that you might want to check out, just to kind of model the type of uploads that he's doing on his Instagram, because you're doing pictures, which is good and easy. Gosh, what is his name? It's like Andre Jefferson, I think is his name. Hold on. J. Andre Jefferson, I think it is. Yep, right there. Yeah, like he does a lot of video content on his channel, and he's hilarious. As you can see, I'm following him. He is absolutely gut-splitting hilarious. But if you look at his videos, he's driving. He started a YouTube channel too. I'm not sure how he's doing on there, but I'm guessing he's got 9,000 subscribers here already. So yeah, I would look at what he's doing and how he's driving that traffic, and keep that in mind with what you're trying to do as well. Because with comedy stuff, like you can drive traffic from all over the place with that. All right, guys. So Andrew Can, what is going on, my man? Nice to see you in the chat. Guys, that is Andrew from TubeBuddy. Give Andrew a big hey, Andrew. If you are just coming into the chat as well, welcome to the live stream. Andrew, man, you're coming in right as I'm getting ready to shut this puppy down. But nice to see you in here. Man, we had an awesome stream. I actually I linked to you guys in the chat further up. Trying to sub for sub is against YouTube terms of service and will get you banned for sure. And the reason for that is because it's spamming, because you're putting repetitive. I can't remember the words off the top of my head because it's late, but it's something about like repetitive. Gosh, what's the actual verbiage they use? It's like repetitive I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, like the sub for sub thing, because it's usually the same exact thing over and over again, can definitely get you banned because it falls under spam, essentially. That's the easy way to put it. Yeah, the replay, man, I'm not sure if you'll want to watch it or not. It's like 3 hours, and we're like 3 hours and 40 minutes in. But basically what I was doing is I was mentioning the live stream on your channel, and I was saying that basically telling everybody that if they enjoy my live streams enough here to hang out for 3.5 hours, that that they should definitely go over there and check out the TubeBuddy channel as well, because of all the live streams that you have going there and the actual content side of it. You know, there's a lot of actual content being added to the TubeBuddy channel, as far as, you know, like actual instructional stuff first before getting into the Q&A and all of that stuff. That's what I was mentioning with that. So it has been an awesome 3 hours and 40 minutes. I think this might make a record on the channel. So it's been awesome hanging out. If you have been in this live stream for any amount of time, I appreciate you hanging out here. And I appreciate you being a part of the live stream. I appreciate you participating in the live stream and hanging out with each other. I mean, you like talking to each other and helping each other out and giving each other advice on your channels and stuff like that. So thank you. And thanks for just being a part of the channel in general. Thanks anybody that shared this out. Thank you very much for sharing out the stream, and for giving it a thumbs up and all of that stuff. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching. And I will see you next time.